Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We are back once again for the City of Oshuamp. We're Not Great RPG, by the way, didn't mention that. In case it's your first time here, unlikely at 10 minutes into the stream, but who knows?
10 minutes into the stream, 124 episodes in.
Yeah.
Welcome to the very first time.
Jump in point.
Yeah. It's actually a good spot.
Yep.
Gotcha. Anyway, so we'll go around the table real quick, pick up where we left off. Also, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Sarah, for the resub.
You're welcome.
It's a long one, Mike. We'll go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, and then after a brief recap, pick up where we left off 2 weeks ago. As always, I am Don, and I will be playing Ether Revia, the Grave Domain Cleric this evening with a level of exhaustion because I did fly through the air at the greatest of ease over to Chell's lifeless body
Chell.
2 episodes ago. Thariel.
We get real confused.
You have a level of exhaustion?
Yeah, that's what he gets from his feet.
You
It makes him
maniac.
Yeah.
Makes him so eepy.
Makes me really.
EB girl disease. It's contagious.
It's contagious. It's like the
my
rock.
friends.
It's like
It's just eat fear.
It is. It's a gift, Paul. It's always my birthday.
Is that anything like Etheria?
Please.
Eat theory?
Etheria. We gotta get the vaccine stuff.
Help him.
He's dead. You can't use Felthul anymore.
I know. Hi, I'm
He was trying to.
Lagrim, and I play Nesverna,
Ooh, all right.
and I'm also DJ.
Yep.
I'm Paul. I play Felix Gray. Laverna's #1 hater still.
I'm Glenn, and for the foreseeable future, I'm sorry to announce that tonight I will no longer be playing Vorst. I'm joking, you can't get rid of me, April Fools, bitch. I play Vorst. And we're still hungry boys. I still haven't eaten.
Son of a bitch.
No rest.
I'm Chell. I did play Thariel until I decided to give up my career as a D&D player to commit to a full-time Magic campaign. So I'm going to play with you guys and I gotta go.
Why?
What kind of magic campaign?
The Gathering.
And you can't
She's joined our ranks, Paul.
Yeah, they had a book for
The worst kind.
We did it on
We literally did it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That
you
was
can watch
an
my
elephant
other
man.
stream, Not Great Chell's Magic the Gathering campaign.
We're still working on the
Such
name.
a long name.
We're still working on the mouth.
Mouthful, dude.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm Sarah. I play Ritora. Happy April Fool's Day, everyone.
April Fools.
Celebrate it. Trick somebody you love.
Love somebody. No.
Were you gonna say treat somebody you don't?
No, that's not what he was gonna say.
Sure isn't.
Turning tricks, are we?
I'm turning tricks, Michael.
He said it, not me.
Fuck, okay. Yeah, I'm John. I'm the Dungeon Master for Oshuamp. Last time we played 2 weeks ago, we were in the midst of a tumultuous battle right outside of the throne room here within Auglatha. Thariel, near death, Ether hurried over with his spectral raven wings to assist her. We piled outside of the Queen's Room of Reverence, leaving Felthul behind with Laverna, who got sucked off into nothingness. That's what we said. April Fools. Not at all. He's in there.
I was focusing on the sucked off part. Still trying to read my comment.
In the Room of Reverence.
What was sucked off?
He sucked eternally?
Yeah.
He's still in there.
Again, a dream
She
ended.
did say dreams.
Dream or nightmare.
I don't remember that part of the battle.
That's fine. For different initiatives.
Do you want to remember that part of that?
It's really different part of
Sorry, I don't.
initiative. Yeah, so Felthul's gone. We made a not even agreement. We tried to like stop Laverna from sneaking in because Thariel utilized the signet ring to open up the diamond door into the throne room. After beseeching the mounted combatant on the unicorn, like, hey, I'm seriously Taurithelle's daughter. Please go fucking stop, because I'm going to die, and Papa's probably going to be mad. And he was like, you're right. And sheathed the sword.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
I
it.
said dead ass, and he went bet.
Yeah, pretty much. So he went down with the 2 ice elementals, Salt and Pepper, to deal with the other enormous threat down in the level below. Laverna came out, saw Vorst and Thariel sneaking into the throne room and was like, I gotta get in there. And Felix was like, bitch, don't. And she was like, bet. And he was like, ow, my soul's been drained. I'm gonna go now.
Go ahead.
I guess I step aside.
I was trying to hold the door, obviously.
Yep, so Laverna stepped inside with Taurithelle and Vorst, and everybody outside was like, let us the fuck in! So we were like, probably a good choice. Let's let them in. Everybody turned around. We met Taurithelle, the last King of Auglatha, frozen in his throne. Had some good conversations with him. Learned a lot of things. He's a good man, Paul. Great Warcraft.
He did nothing wrong.
Great Warcraft expansion. Interacted with him, learned some stuff from his perspective about the fall of Auglatha, some stuff about Taurithelle, his relationship with Ariatha and with Laverna uniquely. Laverna has agreed to give Taurithelle the chance to speak her piece and her mind to her father, to not interject or interrupt, but that afterwards she'll get her say in with the king.
She'll get hers.
Yeah, we are going to be picking up here, still in the midst of conversation with King Taurithelle. The last thing having been said, that in perspective for Vorst's question about, hey, so like I made a blood pact, and does that mean like if she dies, because I got told if she dies, I like immediately die, and that kind of sucks. And he's like, that's foolish, that's absurd, why would we do that? It's not a good way to inspire anybody to try to become a royal guard to the Lady of Auglatha. If anything, that seems more like punishment. We don't do that shit around here. And then dictated that the souls of royal guards are considered blessed, and that the blessing of a soul or a spirit was something done by one of the noble houses here within Auglatha, the Rorona family. We're picking up right there. I gotta find my coffee.
Can you also find me coffee?
No,
He just keeps pulling things out.
Keep pulling coffee out.
ain't no problem. Remember when we had Madrinas? And we could literally do that.
They were great.
Delicious
They were
iced
so
coffee,
good.
really high in caffeine and sugar. Really made DMing a wild trip.
We used to just yell Madrinas. Just lean away from the
We
mic.
really Madrinas. Those are the days.
We
a
weren't
brand?
sponsored.
We were not.
Yeah, it's a
sponsored.
brand. We were not sponsored. We just really liked it.
Right. We literally would beg. Never reached out to
The
us.
streets are.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know who you are. And thus we are here, still within the throne room, still talking to Taurithelle. Anyone's questions? Obviously open to whatever you would like to request. He's obviously still frozen to the throne, so he's going nowhere.
You said the Roronas are the ones that did the
Correct.
cleansing?
The blessing of souls and spirits.
Are there any descendants of the Swarona family still around in your time?
That's a good question. Let me look at my noble house list.
He doesn't move. He's just like scanning.
Let me look in my mind ballast.
You just see the numbers and things pop up.
I'm flipping
his
through
jaw
the
slack a little
Rolodex
bit.
now.
It's Verona.
Rorona.
Are there any
blue
alive?
Gonna have to turn them off and on again.
His eye just goes completely
guessed.
blue.
I did R-A.
Dial-up modem noises.
Are you asking how to spell Rorona?
Yes.
Rorona.
It's like Corona but with an R.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Again, sorry. We didn't mean to.
So long ago.
We didn't mean to.
That's on you.
There.
No, it's on him.
Yeah.
He did it. He bamboozled me.
I did.
The great part is that he's literally the scourge of the king, too.
Uh-huh. Good family, dude. Love the people. Are there any surviving members? I'm trying to think because it's like a... I would hope. Simply because one was sent out to guard Emiria. But I do not know if that means that he's outside and has since died.
You'll be happy to know. Yes.
Quick timeout.
Really happy to know.
Timeout. Do we tell him? Because that's kind of a bad thing if we
You're
tell
right.
him.
We should wait until he unfreezes.
Yeah.
They live to be so old.
Yeah, but that also means the ring is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, he knows a guy has it, not Emiria. When we told him that, we said, yeah, some guy's got it.
I mean, technically, that's still correct.
Yeah.
Some guy does have it.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to know both Emiria and this descendant of the Laverna family in our time. Regrettably, they have recently passed on.
Oh,
I am very sorry for your loss. They were dear friends of ours.
how did they pass?
Old age once the ring was taken by this man we told you of. They are thousands and thousands of years old.
Yes. Thank you. Forgive me. I would like a moment to remember fondly the last time I held her in my arms.
Of course.
We should not tell him about Harmony.
Yeah. He just is gonna unblinkingly sit there and, like, clearly. Because he's frozen. He can't do anything.
Yep.
Can't even cry.
Yeah, again, he cannot weep.
Oh, we should have waited to tell him.
We also, hey, you're
Hey, we got-
We've got a couple
more.
chances and we've blown one.
I was gonna say you want tragedy for the king? We'll make it happen.
Yep.
We got tons of baggage. Where do we start?
We're gonna leave you with Nesgrim and then.
Actually, this group actually has a really good talent of making people cry. Okay,
Yeah.
we can get
He's
them.
gonna cry, you're gonna cry, it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna get weird.
You got a basement? It's usually where we go.
I'm like,
I hate you, Dominic.
Except this time you're not tied to a
Guys
chair.
cried in the basement. A
Yeah,
lot.
we're in a basement.
Whoa! Nobody is in a
The fourth
tavern.
wall.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're in the basement of a
Immersion.
tavern.
Yeah, except
Windows,
this
who-
time he's tied to a chair, not you.
Yeah, true.
For what it's worth, I did not get the chance to know them for long, but they seemed very happy. They lived a very full life. And I would imagine they lived the best life they possibly could have given the circumstances they were faced.
all that a father could hope for. Thank you.
It went quite peacefully too.
I'm glad.
We had a really nice dinner, and then we all kind of cozied up around the fire.
You what?
Got cozy,
Got weird.
and then
With my dying daughter.
Yeah.
She wasn't dying at the time.
She'd been dead for days.
I guess we're all dying.
I mean, she's technically triple your age. It's like a weird interstellar thing going on here.
Dear, yes, I feel the McConaughey vibes.
that's him inside of the ice.
She did say "all right" 3 times. She's going weirdly.
Really chill.
Uh,
I can't stop.
Yeah, we had dinner, and then we all laid down near the fireplace, and we went for like a dream walk, and they went in their sleep. Woke up surrounded by people that they loved.
And people that clearly loved them.
Yeah. Otherwise, that'd have been weird. Who lays next to a fireplace with somebody they don't love? Sorry.
I must ponder some things I've done in my youth.
Is it because they love each other?
And they were roommates.
They were
All
rude.
those inconspicuous sleepovers now are subject to many questions.
You love them.
What the fuck went on in this palace?
That's tier number 2. We just need to break this man's spirit.
He loved me.
We'll make your soul cry.
My favorite squire. I called him my squire place.
He warmed me. Oh dear. Name was Hearth.
Our pleasure.
Oh,
Rip.
Okay. I've lost track of the conversation.
we just told him that his daughter's dead.
One Squire would.
Yeah, one of.
had 2 kids you loved, but there's still me.
I'm here.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Again, I mean, he's just been presented with the stark reality of one of his daughters is dead, and that you who were dead are not.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a definitive justification for him kind of being like
That's it. Uno reverse card.
surprised. Yes, he's been Uno reversed. He's a little frazzled, a little bamboozled.
Yeah. And just to recap, we had discussed we probably want to try to sleep before we leave and go around the castle. Potentially go around the castle and find the other ingredients before letting them out, or let them out first and deal with the fact that there will be stuff looking for us. Those were the two that we were like coin flipping.
Well, we don't know if stuff's going to be looking for us immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just recapping that because we had brought it up 2 weeks ago of like, that's where we landed of like, we need to sleep.
Yeah, I'm a little eepy.
And one of those two things is going to happen in either order because there's no point going to the courtyard until we have all this stuff to do the ritual.
And his time with us is limited once we defrost him.
Perhaps we could tell him about the ingredients we're looking for. Maybe he'll know where to find them.
We had asked. He doesn't.
We did that last
Yeah, he also told you that Tomb Jade would be able to possibly be found in the crypts of his ancestors, the Kings of Auglatha.
Yep. So we need to go there. He needs to cry.
That's
everything else.
I would probably prefer to go to the crypt while it's frozen.
that's fair. Though, I mean, theoretically, the things in the crypt should not be reanimated.
We did ask too if he knew how to get back
They
up
were
top,
dead
and he said
before
no,
the-
right?
Correct. He does not know. He does not know where the kingdom fell.
My only concern is like if
Everything?
aside from everything, if we say let's put a pin in this and come back, does
I'll just fuck off then.
Your one daughter is
yeah, what's Laverna
Catch you
doing?
later.
Well, no, what is Laverna doing?
That's
Oh yeah,
the-
no, absolutely. Like Laverna's here now, and she's inside.
That's the if we walk away
What's
to go
another 8 hours?
gather
Third
stuff.
away.
What's Laverna gonna do while we gather?
I don't think we can leave here.
Together.
Not all of us can.
I mean, if we unfreeze some of the folks, maybe they can help us find stuff.
We don't know how to unfreeze them. We
They're
only know how
going to
smite them.
unfreeze
Only if we unfreeze
the king.
the king.
We're going to be attacked by those affected with the rot.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a plague-ridden playground.
Yeah, it's going to be chaos out there.
I'm a big fan of 28 Days Later and other zombie
Yeah, it's going to
films.
be it's
So,
gonna be like that. Like we're like day 0.
Yeah, 100%. As a pull back the curtain, that is absolutely the intentional presentation of this environment.
It's gonna be insane.
That is one of the choices that is at
If
your.
we start the clock in the.
Yes, yeah. Again, like I had said previous. Again, it's been 2 weeks, but like
I'm so excited. We should do it.
he has indicated he will unfreeze, and then other things will begin to unfreeze.
Yeah.
He has no way of knowing how quickly those things will be. It would be logical to assume that if he is the onset of the unfreezing, that it would stem out from his origin point and unfreeze in subsequent layers.
Yep.
But he has no indication and no knowledge or ability to intuit how long that process will take.
Can you? How many animate creatures are in the palace right now?
Are you asking John the DM or are you
I'm
asking Taurithelle?
Taurithelle.
I cannot feel all things as they lie. I feel reverberation in the ice upon movement. I can tell you that currently there are 6 things moving within the palace at various points.
That's
He's
4 accounted for,
he's frozen to the throne, right?
theoretically.
He is frozen to the
And
throne. Yes,
The throne's frozen to the ground.
correct.
He's encased. in
4-legged
ice.
throne.
Yeah.
What if we broke the throne free from the ice.
And push it someplace else.
So my
Brought
concern,
him with us.
well, so my concern is he is. If you think of him as like the epicenter for the frost,
Yeah.
and he's spreading the frost out. I think once you disconnect him from the frost, it'll
Maybe.
stop the epicenter.
I think that would unfreeze him at the same time.
I am winter.
Okay.
Well, you don't have the ring. So.
Okay,
Take it
Pop.
easy. Let's take it easy, Mr. Winter.
Let's get you to bed, Papa.
I was a king, you know.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Looks like a prince's crown, but okay.
Children eat dinner far too late.
I mean, you've been around a lot longer than we have. Would you care to cast, or not cast, but give us any wisdom of what you think we should possibly do?
What would you do in this situation if you were one of us?
And we were frozen. Like one of us, not all of us, just one of us.
I suppose my answer would differ based upon who was frozen.
We can't deal with Laverna. Let's just start there.
Well, oh dear.
Yeah.
I think that is probably the first thing that I would intend to address. You can't get to the problems of the lower levels of the castle if you can't get to the lower levels of the castle.
Yeah.
We can't leave her alone, but like, not all of us have to leave.
Oh yes,
She wants to talk to you, and we're worried about that.
Oh, I can talk to her.
I don't think she's gonna be nice about it.
I do not think so either.
Is it possible for Laverna to kill you?
As I am within the ice, yes.
Unfrozen?
I think I would beat her to death with my bare hand.
I don't think
Before
we want
you
that
died.
either.
I hope.
He's over
Again, I do not know the timetable of my physical form.
At that time, we realized that his missing arm has been replaced with a bare arm.
Whoa.
Listen, I'm glad you said something, because you're not far off.
Yes! Yes! No! Yes!
Change
Is it the
team.
owlbear?
Oh my god.
He's got a book in one hand.
Old Yeller.
Shock. Dwarven maid.
It's a cannon.
Yeah, is he just Hellboy? Does he have like...
Oh, we'll see.
It's just,
I will say that, as
Barrett from
indicated,
Final Fantasy?
you've been able to see him. He does not have anything in that location currently.
Is it like,
Like,
is it ice there, or is there an empty spot?
there is an empty spot where the arm should have been. So, like, if he is sat and, like, arm is frozen, there is a clear indentation for where an arm and hand should have been.
A spectral arm!
He does. He has a special arm. He's got a really special arm.
Spectral arm.
Spectral!
Oh.
You,
It's a sword. It's a sword. We're calling it.
you feel very confident about defeating Laverna.
It's a cannon.
If she were
Another
to
leg.
attempt to battle me, I would do her justice.
Would you have the same confidence in fighting the Night Mother?
I've never met this witch.
But you know of...
Oh yes, I know of folk tales of such a creature. Do I think that I can battle mysticism? I do indeed.
Seems pretty confident.
We are uncertain, additionally, if one or both of them means you harm. I believe Laverna is angry with you, but she may not mean you harm. The Night Mother is another story.
That would be ideal if Laverna did not bear ill will against me, but since
Oh, I
our
think
final parting, I think she does indeed.
She does
for
bear
sure
you ill
does.
will. I'm just not certain that she wishes to physically harm you.
I think she does.
I'm gonna wager a guess that she does.
I think the Night Mother may also try to offer you a bargain.
I would deny any request that such a creature would make to me.
She's like listening to this whole conversation.
Yeah,
That's
she's
fine.
like
She's right
40
there.
feet away. She's just sharpening her nails.
Yeah.
I think the line between them is blurry.
Yes.
I see through lies.
I know you've suffered a lot of loss, and in loss comes bargaining. She's going to tempt you with things that will feel impossible to deny.
I think it is an unwillingness to accept your fate. that makes you bargain?
How does that make you feel?
No offense to any of you that made a bargain.
Saving a child.
Or multiple bargains.
Or several bargains.
I didn't give up anything.
Except my secrets.
You give them up willingly.
Yeah, you wouldn't shut up.
You gave her one for free.
My
Give her multiple for free,
my
yeah.
immediate response to him doing that was, "That's none of my business." So,
That's when we now just noticed that Nesgrim's been walking around with his dogs out, just no shoes on. It's like, for free!
so you're confident you can. If we leave, Laverna is free to do whatever she wants to do. You are able to thaw yourself, right?
Correct.
Does Laverna know that you can thaw yourself?
I do not know what she knows.
She's right there.
She's like in the what's
Yeah.
it called? The
She's in the antechamber.
Yeah.
She is like literally like 25, 30 feet away.
Okay, so she
And like his
knows.
voice is reverberating through the room.
Yeah, it's a pure room of ice.
She knows.
Does Laverna know?
I can unthaw myself. Yes, we should trick her.
She'll never see
It's
this
safe to
coming.
assume we've not had a private conversation
Yes.
in several days.
Yeah.
We cannot leave them alone.
Well, not alone. A couple of us can go out as a search party.
It is too risky. There are things in the castle that...
There's always things in the castle, Eve. Here, come on.
We know
Well,
there's at least six.
moving.
Well,
We stick together.
two of them are downstairs fighting the thing, and then another two of them are downstairs fighting the thing, and you know, horseman and salt and pepper.
I agree that we should stay together. I
Hey,
don't-
that's more than 6.
I know. I don't know how many legs that thing has, though.
Okay.
You could be like, oh, there's like 3 of them. It's like, nah, it's just that crawly thing.
Okay.
Hungry.
Should we vote for nap time?
I
vote
don't
for-
think we're
in
gonna
the
get
frozen-
enough time.
I vote for dinner time.
I don't think we're gonna get enough time.
I do not think Laverna will offer you the peace of rest.
What about the pizza?
We got time for a nap?
dinner.
What was that, Felix? I'm sorry. I've been really focused on not overhearing.
Can I see her?
Yeah.
And to remind us, we have time to rest briefly.
No, I've waited years.
I mean, what's another 8 hours, really?
8 hours that I am unwilling to wait.
Well, then, can you just, help us out here?
Well, if you are all done with speaking with him for the
Whoa,
last
whoa,
time.
whoa, hey, whoa. I didn't say that.
Did you say for the last time?
I just said if you wanted to speed this up, you'd help us out.
Why would I do that?
Because we're saving you time.
How so?
We'll cut the conversation short.
Banishment.
Maybe?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, it's in her head.
Yeah.
We've got to defrost them.
If you choose to conclude your conversation, I will begin mine sooner.
But what about the,
You can rest in the
I don't
meantime,
No,
however long that may be.
that's not gonna work. Hold on, I'll be right back. Please hold.
Anything out loud?
She's really impatient. I don't know. She's impossible to talk to, really. It's getting worse.
I have another idea.
Okay.
I'm chock full of them today.
Yep.
Did you say chocolate?
No.
No.
You can't have any.
You two don't need sleep, right?
We don't need sleep, but we do need rest.
But even if we hex her,
Are either of you... Here's what I'm thinking.
I could go without for now.
Laverna can't start talking to him until we stop.
We filibuster.
I really like this. I like this. I don't know if it'll work because I think it has to be her.
Wait, did you say
it's
ham?
any of us. No, she did say she
She
would specific-
promised her her conversation.
All right, so
I
Thariel.
can't take a nap.
Dariel is
here's
almost dead.
She's got sleepy girl disease.
I hear no bell.
here's an option. If you just never end your conversation with him, the rest of us can sleep.
Oh wait,
How
like
badly are you hurt?
I'm not hurt that bad, but
My bones are cold.
I'm out of magic.
Come here, Felix.
I don't
Nope.
think I can talk to him for 8 hours.
I
Sure
can
you
go
can.
without
Filibuster.
sleep.
But she has to be awake.
Yes.
I'm probably the most hurted out of this group. I don't.
You are indeed.
Once the rest of us have had a chance to rest and recover, we can tend to your wounds. As it stands now,
Where are you going to rest?
and I just gesture broadly,
On the ice floor.
we'll have to find a spot.
Vorst, how does the Haglaw look in this situation?
Well, that's what we refer to as a filibuster.
Does it have to be Thariel?
There's a name for it.
No, Phil of Buster. This was a court case that happened.
Phil V. Buster.
Wait, what? Where was this?
Well, he used to be a nut man back in the day, but he had to give that up pretty quickly. Then he made a deal with the hag, and the hag was like, "Okay, cool, but with the deal, the day you stop talking is the day I collect." So he never stopped talking. So he stopped becoming Phil the Nutbuster.
Huh?
He worked in a peanut shop.
I mean,
No. Why are you adding to the peanut lore? I hate you.
let's put it to a vote. I will try my damnedest to keep the conversation going for 8 hours if everyone agrees to it.
I know it would be difficult to keep a conversation for 8 hours, but I'm sure you have plenty of questions. If you'd like, one of us can go find a drink of some kind for you. We'll find, I don't know.
Like a cocktail?
Like, yeah, I'm sure there's mead or something
I
around
would not leave
somewhere.
this room.
Well, you wouldn't, we would.
You should not. There's monsters out there.
Well, yeah.
There's monsters in
We
here.
just said we were going to stick together.
I'm just putting out the idea that, like, I'm going to make this a nice, comfortable social encounter for her and the
Gaslighting,
king.
girl bossing, and gatekeeping is what
All
this
at
is.
once.
I want to make sure
Impressive.
that
Wait, are you gonna lay with the king? I'm misunderstanding what's happening.
if you can keep it up for 8 hours, and
Do you have any medication? Perhaps a blue pill?
the rest of us are able to sleep in that time.
I am willing to give it a try depending on how the rest of the party feels.
Who
I don't know
votes?
if everybody will feel comfortable sleeping in here, because isn't that part of the stipulation with it too? Is like there's no hostile people and
Nothing in this room is hostile currently.
I'm already making a little pillow.
And
I need rest.
what's her face over there?
Laverna, Neskrim.
That's what I said. Oh, shit.
You test the bonds of my patience.
In your mind, I'll say, start talking to him now, please. No, not him. The other guy.
She's made
No, not her. Your dad.
she's made an agreement that she's waiting to speak to him. So until after you're done, she, I think, is locked into waiting. So I don't think she's hostile. So if
Well, she would just smile in your direction.
as long as you can keep the conversation going,
prep your bed.
who wants to nap while Thariel talks to him for 8 hours?
Felix is doing breathing exercises to fall asleep.
4, 7, 8.
Either. Any snacks?
I'll stay up with Ariel.
You got no snacks?
No. Sorry.
I would, in as vivid detail, as slow as I can drag it, begin to tell him my life story from as early as I can remember.
Okay. So who is resting?
Me! I think everyone. Are you resting, Ether?
You have exhaustion, you should.
Yeah, but I'm gonna burn spell slots to heal her first. If I'm gonna sleep anyway.
Sure.
How many of us are injured? I mean, you'll heal on the rest anyway, but you're not resting.
I'm not resting.
Are you injured?
No.
You're very injured.
Not resting. I think the rest of us are all planning on.
Well, you guys can just split 4-4, right?
I've only used one spell slot.
Oh, you don't even.
Yeah. I just need a short rest to get my wild shape back.
If I
I can
stay
do
awake
while
and
we're-
Yeah,
snack,
you're good. You're good.
does that count as a short rest? Sit. I'm good.
So you're just gonna stay awake and eat?
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah, I'll
I just wanted dinner.
walk over to Thariel and cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level. Let me heal you.
Thanks.
What things would you begin to tell your father of?
19.
Thank you.
It doesn't need to be like an actual narrative. You can just
Sure.
like bullet point me some things.
I would tell him about growing up in. I don't know if I would necessarily use Harmony's name. I would say that Laverna, as well as another guardian of mine, gave me access to books. I would tell him about the things I read, how I like to play outside. I really liked flowers.
What kind of flowers?
I was drawn.
I will say, as a DM aside, he literally knows that Laverna took Harmony.
Okay. Either way, I wouldn't say that, but I would still, because I don't want him knowing that she's a hag. Whether he knows or not, I want to remind him.
15 more.
I'm just
Okay.
I'm just
Just to
sitting
get you as
cross-legged
close
on
to
the
full
floor,
as
just eating various small rations and jerky, watching you.
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell him the tale of me wandering, looking for something, getting lost, winding up at the orphanage. I would tell him about the kids that I worked with and the friends that I made. I'd tell him the story of Caroline. I would tell him the story of, oh my god, why am I forgetting her name?
Isabel and Sabrina?
Isabel, yeah.
Yeah.
I would tell him the story of Isabel and Sabrina. If we're drawing this out as long as possible, I'd probably also tell him about going into the inner sanctum and being turned and everything that came with that. I'd give him the whole spiel.
Just
Ask him
sitting next to you, like,
questions.
Yeah.
It's a two-way conversation.
and then what
I
happened?
think I would.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that you're giving me the bullet point list and that's just going to conclude this. I just want to know the bullet point list so we can converse within
Yeah.
these frames.
Sure.
Do you want the rest of us, when you get to that point, to fuck off somewhere else?
Oh, we'll see.
I would
We'll see
probably
indeed.
spark note the going to the grotto. Like, I don't want to tell him that there was kids with me because Laverna's with me. I mean, the turtle is essentially a god.
Turtle's a turtle. Don't talk about the turtle.
They have his books here.
I understand.
You had his bush growing up.
Laverna doesn't know who the turtle actually is.
I mean,
We haven't talked about it around her. We've only talked about T. Wordle. We haven't talked about his other name.
no. I would tell him the story of, like, I read books and I got to meet my favorite author kind of deal. And, like, yeah.
Oh. And then what happened?
Forrest, you were there.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just really invested. Just munching away on my.
Anything else?
I would also probably tell the story of the last dungeon crawl we did with going into the ziggurat and doing all that.
And Nesgrim saving everybody's life.
After
only
he
to die.
became a pillar princess
Nah,
and
not messing.
I had to save him.
No, no.
Did you say the Pillar of Salt?
Huh?
What?
I would probably tell the salt pillar story because I
Alright.
think that'd be funny.
Bouillon cube.
Yeah, he turned into a bouillon cube.
Then we made soup.
I was able to save him by pulling him through a portal. Am I missing anything else? Like, there's the stuff with Arthur. I don't know if I want to tell that
From the
stuff.
same album as that other song.
I'd probably tell him the story about Yaz and Felthul.
Then there's that man you killed. You know,
Which one?
in the small village.
Which one?
I've killed before. I'll do it again.
You know, the red-faced fellow. The old man.
What? Oh, the dragon?
Yeah.
The dragonborn?
Yeah.
I don't like the way you said that.
Because I wasn't trying to say dragonborn.
I mean,
Yeah, there was that red-faced fellow, and then he died.
it wasn't. I didn't kill him. Allegedly.
Yeah, that was cool.
It sounds like Laverna listening, not the king.
Oh, it is.
I think that's it.
Ooh, you forgot about tell him about the soups.
Soups?
Yeah, the soups the Ether makes.
All the different soups.
Yeah, I'll tell him all the different soups and all the ingredients that go in the soups.
The soups of Ethian.
Ether soup. Soup theer.
Tell the story about talking to horses.
Just now.
Just
Oh,
now. Yeah, a couple minutes ago. Yeah.
Horse convo.
Ooh, and Phil made those noodles.
Phil made noodles.
Orc noodles.
Yeah.
Orc noodles.
You could tell him the story about Nesgrim being sent to the inner sanctum.
I wasn't there for that.
Well, I know, but I'm telling, I did tell you.
Go to
about that.
sleep.
Me or Nesgrim?
Both.
All right.
Anything else?
I'm trying to decide if I want to tell the story about how we got here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, Laverna was there. She knows. Yeah, I'll tell the story about how we got here. How I summoned my inner winter. Gave high fives to the trees.
Yeah. And then we found a hand in a pot.
I don't. Did we?
Yeah.
I think you're making up stories.
No, we did.
No, there was a hand in a pot, and that's where we found the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
just
under.
now.
It was under the garden thing.
Didn't recognize
Oh,
the
that's.
hand.
Oh, but to get into here, yes.
There's
yes.
no name tag on the hand. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, someone tried to plant a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did plant it.
I don't know if anything grew. It was like
There
a
was a-
bonsai tree or something.
No, it wasn't a bond. It was a carved tree.
It was a fake tree.
It was a real fake tree.
Yeah.
Please stop.
You divulge all that you will.
Ooh, and then there was you should tell him about when we broke you out of jail.
I mean, I told him about the inner sanctum and all that.
Yeah. But did you tell him about
No, I didn't tell him about that. I forgot about that nightmare.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit. You know, at least that's what you said.
Kane?
Yeah. You didn't like him, right?
No.
And then I totally kicked the door in, and we saved her. It was like, it was awesome.
There's some scary noises down there, too.
Yeah. There was like things screaming at people. It was bad.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably tell the story about Sabrina too and the baby. If I didn't include that. He's all knowing, I'm assuming. He's essentially a god.
And if you don't run out of time, dad jokes.
Oh no, I would be peppering those in. I would be peppering those in.
But what about the salt?
Oh yeah, tell him about the stuff.
I
you licked.
did tell him about the salt. The salt pillar's on there.
No. All the other stuff you licked.
That's the only thing I licked. Take my shoe up to a homeless guy.
Yeah, you did.
So proud of you.
And then he shit his pants and fell asleep. And you were like, I don't want those shoes back.
Shit his pants.
Okay. For books, your adventures as a little girl, your guardians, and your childhood in general, as you begin to monologue with great detail, are you indicating, you said Laverna and another guardian, correct? I would think that, make a deception check.
Sure.
Fuck you.
I mean, you can still.
Is this the start?
Yes.
Silvery balls!
You're asleep. Go to bed.
He's just like asleep, like.
No.
Sleep when I'm dead.
You're an ice. I don't care.
27 for my second roll.
That's a 12.
Yeah.
You don't get advantage.
Go to bed.
It's 5 silvery barbs.
Roll again.
Yep.
That's a 2.
I tried.
Fucking go to bed.
I'm going to sleep.
All right, Felix, let's cuddle and go to bed.
Get away from me.
I want to little Hold me, Felix.
I assume that you were watched over by Harmony then as well. If Laverna had someone within her retention.
Yes.
Did you not know who she was to you?
No.
I'm sorry.
I did. I've only recently just discovered who exactly my family is, or who I share blood with. As it remains, I still look fondly back on my childhood, so it has not yet been tainted. By the
I am
time
glad.
we change it.
How is Harmony?
I have not seen her in a long time.
That's not a lie. But you do know the truth of her as well. Roll a performance check and not a deception check.
She's fabulous. Fuck me. 19. And performance.
Yeah, I'm a 17.
22.
I hope that she is well, even amidst the turmoil of her existence.
I would just genuinely say you would all hear Laverna just chuckle.
Why does she laugh?
I try not to let her taint what little remnants of my life I still have control over.
Very wise to resist her pull.
We'll deal with Laverna when it's Laverna's turn.
Wouldn't interrupt. Well, she just laughed. You don't know whether or not she was laughing at a joke she told herself. Horse conversation. How interesting. Daddy, it's been 1,600 years. Let me tell you about that horse I talked to that wasn't Laverna.
What? She loves oats. That's her one weakness.
Damn.
Is there a way to rage rest?
Oh my god.
Like this.
Yeah, they're called nightmares.
Mumbling about Moonbeam in his sleep.
Put him in the mouth.
Laverna again.
What drew you to this orphanage within this city?
Yeah, what did?
I don't exactly know. I think I was just a lost child and
Where do
Like-
lost children go? Type of thing.
like calls to like.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Good for you.
I guess. I could have had a much, well, I guess I could have had a worse fate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got to the city after losing everything, and guys, I was working at a bar. I lived in a basement.
Your friend seems to be very upset with his life. Perhaps you should hear him out on it.
Are you okay?
No, I'm good now.
Did you not like the bar you worked at? Didn't you?
No, I loved it. It was weird sleeping in a basement.
I mean, I agree. I also slept in a basement, although I was strapped to a table and locked in a cell and tortured.
Yeah, that's
day
when
in
you
and
went
day
to
out.
prison, though. That's different.
I think I got these tattoos, buddy.
Yeah, no, that's when you got locked up at the inner sanctum.
Yeah.
Or imprisoned.
Yes.
Why?
I trusted the wrong people.
You got involved with bad crowd.
Started smoking ice crabs. Not good.
Because she's a vampire.
Makes sense.
I opened my heart too quickly to those around me, and thought I found love in a kindred spirit and trusted them, and was unfortunately deceived, and led to my fate in the inner sanctum.
So seems the plight of our family plagues ye as well.
I never thought of it that way, but I guess it does.
Writing. I am sorry. How long were you imprisoned?
The days kind of bled together. I don't really remember much that, and I haven't looked at my backstory in a little bit, so you'll have to give me a second, Papa.
Oh, that's all right.
Would we know based on what we were told by?
You guys knew that she had at first been imprisoned for a short time, and then she and Sabrina escaped, and that she had been back imprisoned again for several months before you guys freed her. So, like, 2 stints, short gigs, contributes to the recidivism rate, which is fucked.
Yeah, they got to do something about that orphanage to inner sanctum pipeline.
It's cool. We showed up, let her out for good behavior.
Orphanage resource guard.
Yeah, which time?
Which time?
Yes, I was there for a couple months until me and a friend were able to escape, only for us to be recaptured and brought back.
Is is this friend that you escaped with?
And I
I don't know.
I would introduce you to her, but you can't see. I guess you could still talk to her. This is Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina would approach. Oh my.
I'll just pat the ice next to me. Plap, plap, plap.
Yeah, Sabrina would sit down next to you.
We'll just sit cross-legged on the floor
Yeah.
with the
Do
story.
you have any snacks on your pockets?
Of course I do. First, I worked at an orphanage for years.
Do you have any snacks on you?
I hesitate to ask, but you smell like frozen beef jerky, and I don't know if you're holding or not.
Yes, it was a favorite treat of many of the children at the orphanage.
Okay, I just didn't want to be rude. Can I ask some?
Well, yes, I don't really eat much meat anymore.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that Rirda hasn't found it in her pockets.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think you like Sabrina so
I
much?
like to imagine, like, he's sleeping on Nesgrim right now. Nesgrim went to bed, but then Rita was like,
Rita was already asleep.
He absolutely
On top of it.
saw it, cuddled.
Look over at Nesbitt.
I'll keep
eyes
you
are
warm,
open,
buddy.
he's just like,
Mwah. I'll keep you warm.
Wow.
Get over
Yeah.
here.
He would look at her and just extend his gratitude for her providing you with safety in life.
Who is this that betrayed you?
Her name is Isabel.
Boo.
She's a ghost.
Peanut gallery.
Is this because of you playing Red? Glenn was playing Red Dead Redemption.
No, I didn't even think about that.
And there's a bit where you can watch them perform on stage, and it gives you the option to cheer them on or boo them. So they'll be like, "Hark, where is the fair maid?" And Glenn's like, "Yeah!" And it's like, "You call this acting?"
Boo! No.
It feels very much
I'm
like
merely
this.
trying to keep myself awake
Okay.
and try to keep you going and talking as long as possible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel.
Yes, she, I had made friends, with a woman named Caroline when I was working at the orphanage, and I grew to love Caroline, and Isabel felt threatened by our love, and tricked me into believing that she cared more for me, and I believed her, and I fell into her scheming.
It seems that which plagues the family does indeed plague ye as well.
Yeah, it feels like the whole family is plagued with a sensitive heart.
It was genuine.
Did it feel genuine? Aww.
The poor baby.
What does that charisma score say? What does that charisma score say?
-2.
Oh, yeah.
And does this Isabel still live?
I do not know. I stopped trying to seek vengeance once I escaped the inner sanctum the first time. My surviving became my top priority, and then once Sabrina and I became friends and we became companions, her safety also became a priority for me.
You have lived such a varied yet tumultuous life.
It's where I get my sparkling personality.
I think that that's underselling it.
I've spent many a years being forced into a mold that I'm trying to figure out who I am. That I don't know myself.
Who do you think you are?
I'm not quite certain yet.
Who do you want to be?
I think a person that can be dependable.
Do you think you are not?
I think my dependability has led me with one too many knives in the back.
Do you fault yourself for their misdeeds?
Sometimes.
Why?
I'm not quite certain.
been there for you in all those years, that I might have assisted you in lessening this burden, or understanding the lessons of the burdens. I've been busy, I suppose you could say. Sounds as though you feel similarly trapped within a mold.
Yeah.
Have you ever given any thought of leading people?
I don't think I've ever been given the opportunity to lead people. And I fear... I think it is one thing to suffer the consequences of your own misjudgments, but to give a, I want to say punishment, but have followers deal with the consequences of your own misleadings. I don't know if I could stomach that.
I understand. I was fraught with despair at the promise of kingship ever since I was a young boy. Not something I would have chosen for myself if given the opportunity to choose differently. But such is life, Taurithelle.
Doesn't that make for the best leaders, though?
That's true.
Someone that's not gonna abuse their power. Someone who's gonna come at it from a good mind.
Perhaps. Some people can permit reservation to distance themselves too far from responsibility, and they might instead become lackadaisical in their leadership. I think first and foremost, what defines a good leader is their desire to ensure that their people's best interests are at heart. And it seems as though you possess this very merit.
Do you imply that I would rule Auglatha?
Not that you would. That it would be a choice if you would wish to rule what remains when I am gone and Auglatha is yet risen.
Do you anticipate Auglatha rising?
I mean, yeah, he can't really look around, but
Hard to say. I don't really know how far below ground we are, but in time, cities can be rebuilt.
Remind me again, what exactly made Auglatha descend? Was it the Night
the
Dragon?
dragon. The dragon that he summoned to reduce the area around to rubble and force the platform that the kingdom was on to fall to the ground beneath.
And if I were, hypothetically speaking, to say that I would accept a role such as leading Auglatha, what would that even entail? I mean, I know nothing of the customs of the coronations of passing of legiancy. Do I have to kill you like you did your father in order to...
It's a very blunt way to put that.
I mean, is that...
Some places do it. I don't think it's cool, but I get what she's saying.
And how much is left?
I was
of
under the
city?
assumption that is how you became king, was you slayed your father.
I did.
But you were in line, though, right?
What do you mean, in line?
Like if your dad died by any other means, you would become the king, right?
An heir.
That's it. Yeah, heir.
Would I even be considered an heir, though I am a bastard child?
Laverna line.
Trying to figure out how to ask this nicely.
We know what that name means, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Keepers of the Tail.
yes.
Forgive me if this comes off rude. I do not wish to do so, but is there any other members of the line?
That I know of, unless Harmony still breathes.
Very well.
Oh, like any other Good for you.
Your friend is quite strange.
I know.
His dick don't work.
Hey, now, don't be stealing that.
Keepers of the tail, not the front.
No, the tail is that my dick don't work.
You might have heard tail.
The king
Let me tell you, front.
The king was out chasing tail.
Oh God.
That's how he picked up my mom. Hey, I didn't.
It works.
Does it?
God, I hate this.
Does it?
No, I never did. Not once.
Times.
Oh God.
No,
All
I
right.
sired no children with Cilia.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
What state was the city
Kentucky.
in?
Big fan of the barbecue.
Not the fried chicken.
It's actually not a dragon. It's just the colonel.
It's just the colonel.
He
That's
rises.
so much worse.
He rises from the
this
depths.
whole city.
Well.
If you look at the mountains, it kind of looks like an overturned.
We're just in a freezer. Everybody run.
Rather than colored dragons, it's like spiced dragons. So you've got like a cardamom dragon.
Aren't they like? Isn't it confirmed that chickens are the most like to dinosaurs?
Yeah, true.
What is a chicken if not a dinosaur?
He just raises from the depths and he's like, well, hello! I'm here to deep fry this city.
Unfreeze it.
What do dragons and dinosaurs have to do with one another?
Dragons. He's the Kentucky colonel. He's dragon is what
These
made
nuts.
the
Yeah.
dragon. These nuts. You like Wendy's?
So, like, if the dragon, like, buried the city, like, couldn't the dragon pull it out?
The dragon is resting and does not possess the same amount of power that it once did. This, again, he can't actually look around, but this came at a great cost to the strength of the dragon. Permanently.
If he's just sleeping, it means he can wake up, though, right?
I suppose something like that could happen. I am not certain.
Where does a dragon get its power from? How would we re-energize a dragon? Maybe two dragons.
He would know as a person that would have in a family line revered dragon.
Dragons are empowered by age. The older a dragon is, the wiser it becomes, the more mature and grander in size it becomes. Dragons are also empowered by the possessions of magical items within their hoard. Sometimes dragons feed upon these things, imbibing their power.
They gotta eat magic.
If the dragon's been asleep for well over 1,000 years, though, you don't think it has enough strength to bring the city back?
No, it's if it's tired, it's gotta eat.
Dragon has very limited power from which it may draw from. The vaults of Auglatha were mostly emptied to prepare the dragon for this task.
Hope he didn't eat everything we needed for the ritual.
That would suck.
You just gotta climb up the mountain, find the dragon, and just pull on
Not
its,
like he knows.
pull on its tail, and just.
He had a hoard of gems. It wasn't like he was like, well, someday we're gonna need this for a real different ritual. I gotta keep that.
We're gonna climb up the mountain, pull on his tail, and just wait for his eyes to go 777.
We won!
I think that is how
Do
it
we know
works.
the name of the dragon?
The summit?
Yeah, he called it the dragon of the summit. Summit dragon.
How would one summon said dragon if we would like to speak with it?
The dragon of the summit.
Yes.
Well, previously you would have gone to the summit, but no more.
Mm-hmm.
It no longer resides within the summit waters. The summit waters have been expelled.
Where'd they go?
Summit waters were dispersed. Predominantly exhausted, but most of the mountain was destroyed within the resulting crash. You can't just simply start an earthquake without affecting the environment around you. was an unforeseen element.
It's like it splashed out.
No, not quite. The dragon was so thusly weakened that it required a host.
A host?
A host.
It
Yes,
resides in a person?
indeed.
Have you seen this person that he...
It is difficult for me to find a mirror in my current condition.
Hello?
Is the
Papa
is the
Dragon?
dragon in the room with us right now?
Yes, he's sitting in the throne.
I can't.
I think the king's losing his mind. Yes, there's a dragon here.
There's a dragon in all of us.
The
We've
real
heard that
dragon.
about stars. How many things are in me, please?
What?
No.
Be patient and resilient, Ethan. Do not give in.
The real dragons are the
It's
friends
not
in
yet
this
Made it
strong.
along the way.
And it chose you?
I am of the Elfratham line. We are the dragon speakers. Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We're called dragon callers.
I'm asleep.
Fucking Falthor.
But if you were to die, what would happen to the dragon?
I do not know. I would hope that the dragon would be able to expel itself from my body. It might not be of its once majestic form and size, but perhaps smaller, almost like a baby that you would have to care for the rest of the campaign and keep safe.
Hold on. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out.
Have I told you of his famous summit hat?
Time out. We left the turtle. Think about it.
I
That's what
applaud
we'll
to
name
see silvery barbs.
Yeah.
My God.
I give up.
Does the dragon have a name?
Are you Retora asking?
Retora would ask at some
Yeah.
point.
Say something silly. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's called the Leviathan.
Aww.
That's the worst one. I told you.
It's little baby Levi.
No. No.
Yay.
What was the thing in Hunter's Folly?
Well, I don't remember.
No, that's not the Leviathan.
I wish that was the Leviathan. I wish that thing was the Leviathan.
Wait, in Hunter's. Oh.
Yeah,
no,
the
no, no.
Go
it
get
wasn't-
it, Sarah. You can
Not
go
in
get it.
Hunter's Folly. It was in the lake by.
The big fuck off thing that he was swimming
Yeah,
with.
it was,
the,
that
like,
was
the
in the
Kraken
lake
monster.
by.
That was a big
yeah.
like a big squid guy.
It was like a primordial.
Goo.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that the physicality of it had been described. I only remembered an eye.
It was a
I
giant
don't
primordial
remember
Could have been a dragon.
axolotl.
That's
I
fair.
don't remember. Leviathan?
Oh, you weren't here yet.
Yes, I was. At the grotto? When he went and looked at
No, this was a
Oh.
different time. So this was
Yeah, it's not
outside of
Football.
Melithel and Melisse's cabin. There was a lake
okay.
that Felix and Retora leapt down into at one
Huge
point
fissure.
to explore. They found a creature that had the upper half of like a seahorse, so like the curvature shape, but then the bottom half of the think of like when a squid utilizes the propulsion mechanic and like it sucks itself up and then expels out like a
Yeah.
big umbrella, like that.
I drew
but
it.
uniform. Yeah, Sarah literally drew it.
Is that what she was? Is that what you were trying to feed the egg to?
Yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that-
And then.
That could be the dragon.
I love it.
And then in fall, the Leviathan was a big, scary, bad thing.
It cursed me, and I couldn't use magic
If
for
not
half the
friend.
campaign.
Why do you messy?
Yeah, look, Sarah made it out of clay because we fought it at the tail end of the campaign.
Aw.
He's a little broken.
Yeah.
He's a little locked out monster.
I mean, it's
love
what
him.
5 years old at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
so like,
And it was
it's
not well made when I initially did it.
I mean, it lasted 5 years,
He's
so
not
it must have been pretty well made.
He lost
Hey, it's
it.
not this big anymore.
Wait. So you saw him in the water?
This was
This is
not
for a different
no,
campaign.
No, this is a different campaign.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a second.
No.
How did? Okay.
No, this was from fall.
Don, if you could go
Okay.
back in time and kill the Leviathan as a baby.
The moral quandary.
I just imagine that he looks like the little baby, like puppet guys from that old TV show.
It's worse that you said it's a puppet. You're making it
You know
worse.
what I'm talking about, right?
For me,
Yes.
that is worse.
Fine Tara.
Was it? It wasn't dinosaurs. What the hell was that show called? It was on like PBS.
That
It's
makes
called
that makes the
Dinosaurs.
crown
Was it called
Gryffindor has.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, the one
Dragon
with like
Tales.
the
No,
have
not
some
Dragon
implications.
with the
Yeah.
like
The-
really crude
Yeah,
like
he's
early,
right.
early 90s, and there was like a
Yeah.
baby in a high chair.
Yeah.
Not the
Really
mama.
crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was called it was called Dinosaurs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's just the baby. We're still in the egg.
But yes, I do not know what form it would manifest should it expel itself from me.
And that's a case of ifs, right?
Correct. As of now, its spirit simply resides intertwined with mine.
Do you?
Oh, you got a spirit passenger. Okay.
Correct.
Got a lot of those.
Is that like Laverna?
No. It's yeah. I mean, kinda. Yeah.
Maybe I think
You
more
ever
like
heard of the word decorum?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Whoa.
What do you
Crazy.
know of it?
Where's Yalumlo when you need him?
Go to sleep.
What do you know of decorum?
In my sleep.
Certain individuals
Oh, Wembley.
that had visited Auglatha long ago. Some of them were in possession of such spiritual ancestral projections. Many of them studied within our libraries, shared their knowledge with us. We were the ones who gifted them the myth water that sat at the base of their great tree. It was the Roronas that worked with them to better understand how to select Igoron.
they chose.
Which individuals would receive one, yes.
I'm asleep.
Would I, because I would be the last remaining member of our line,
Yes,
be responsible for ferrying the soul of the dragon?
potentially, yes, you would be the last one that would be capable of speaking with it. As I understand, your paper indicates you speak Draconic.
Correct.
Bam!
I guess.
He can see your papers.
Papers, please.
Papers, please.
It's exactly like papers, please.
But yes, this might indeed become your responsibility when I pass.
Sick. Well, if I have to do that ritual and I lose all my powers, at least I'll have the power of a dragon, and then it'll be fine.
I don't
It's
think
so
that's-
chill. Maybe. Unless.
You at least be friends with the dragon.
And you know what? It was all about the friends we made
That's
along the
pretty
way.
cool.
So
You put a little hat
I mean,
on it.
that is
who
pretty
needs
cool.
magic?
Who
This
needs
guy's got a hat.
magic?
You met a dragonborn dude before, and he was pretty neat, but I feel like a full-blown dragon would be even cooler.
Do you think that's why the dragonborn guy liked me?
Pass it to John.
Some nuts? He just wrote "kill her."
Me?
Nope.
No. There you go.
Love him.
Yeah, make it more adorable. Good.
Friend.
I always liked it. I'm
Mhm.
I didn't have to fight it, so I just got to make a
Oh, it's really
dragon.
cool.
Yeah.
Auglatha bears a great weight of responsibilities in many forms. You've become understanding of the coronation rituals of Auglatha. I see you're picking things up very well.
You see?
Well, he's got one eye.
This is
I can't move it.
Yeah, I know, but he's looking directly forward. So, like, I
Correct.
would just imagine we're
Yeah.
standing in eyesight of him.
Yeah, you guys would be a little bit down from him, but like obviously I can see down to an angle to a degree, so like you would be all in eyesight for him for his one eye.
We're
Yeah.
having like a little slumber party, like
I thought he couldn't see me.
No, he's got one
just
eye
can't look
open and it's
around.
frozen
Oh.
Yeah,
directly
he-
forward.
Correct. He just has the limited scope of vision.
Gotcha.
probably really poor depth perception between the
'Cause
eyes.
you
and the
can't.
one
Yeah,
eye,
it was also like when you were at a distance, like 60 to 80 feet away from it, and you were like, hello, and it was like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, it's dark.
Who are you?
Yeah, like,
What? Besides Kentucky,
What state?
what state was the city in at the time that it froze?
What do you mean by state?
Well, when we arrived,
Like its physical nature, or
The
in
people?
what condition were the people?
yes, we noticed when we got here we were attacked by some kind of
Infected individuals.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, but we've come across those who seem to have been simply frozen in time as well and seem mostly unaffected, but behind layers of ice it's impossible to.
That was of my gravest concern. In the years that I reigned with Cilia at my side after Ariatha observed in solitude on her home in the hillside, Laverna was gone, and I was forced to work with exclusively her father to stave off the spreading of the rot. But Elusil was not as equipped as Laverna was.
Do you like Elsil?
He was an honorable man, but he too, like my father, maintained too much of a perspective of neutrality within the world, unwilling to make dire efforts to change the flow of Auglatha's time.
Yeah, difficult decisions require some people to not be happy at the end.
Indeed.
I mean, the best ones require both sides to be unhappy, but...
Elusil for a long time sided with my father in the decisions to restrict access to the study of the carbuncles found beneath Auglatha.
Like, why? Out of sight, out of mind, or...?
No, Elusil feared that these things were not of our realm, and that if we involved ourselves in them, that we might implicate ourselves in the affairs of other realms.
Did he say what realm he thought they were from?
The Feywild.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this was this an idea that he had? Or is this an idea that his wife had?
I believe that his wife gave him the notion that these things were not of this realm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, your wife was also a dryad?
Cilia?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cilia was not a dryad.
No? Okay.
Cilia was a fey creature.
Oh.
She was more akin to a fairy
Oh.
than a dryad.
Okay. Why was it that Auglatha always needed like a fey queen?
Celeborn, the silver tree.
You needed a speaker, right?
Correct.
And only the fey could speak?
The Ubloom is guarded by fey creatures, such as your small bird friend over there on the floor sleeping.
Fucking baby girl.
It's a very
Small fucking.
It's a specific language, and few people are capable of understanding it. It was important for us to maintain good communications and relations with the Grove Keepers.
Yeah.
It was seen as a sign of peace between us and harmony.
To kind of marry the kingdoms, right?
Correct.
Establish a good working relationship.
Correct. I think you're getting it.
I think so. But like, that was why they wouldn't let you marry her mom, right?
Ariatha was not discernibly of a fey line of ancestry.
But she could still speak.
I thought she was. That was the problem.
I beseeched my father to permit me to marry Ariatha because of her ability, but because she was not provably of a royal fey line, it was considered unprincipled.
So even if she was fey touched, she wasn't of fey royalty.
Correct.
Because she was a spider.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a different person, Don.
Oh, okay.
You haven't met them
Gotcha.
We're
soon enough.
Now we're like, you guys obviously had a good relationship with the Fae then, right?
What did remain of the Fae? Yes, the realm is ravaged as a result of the Dawn War.
The Feywild.
Yes, the Dawn War was not one that simply was held here within our realm.
me guess. They had trouble with a big scary dragon, right?
Oh,
No?
not that I know of.
Okay. I just figured, talking about dragons, I figured that's what it was.
No, they were besieged by a horrifying creature of dark with great legs. Massive, many-legged creature, blotted out what sons they have in the Feywild.
Worst thing you've ever said. That's horrible. Blotted out the sun?
It indeed did. Blotted out the multiple sons that are present within the Feywild.
Now, is this like
You're asleep.
like in a literal sense, many legs, or is like in a like just in a saying, like, oh yeah, like an army has many legs.
No, it was described to us as spider-like in form.
Okay.
Who is Spider-like?
The thing that laid siege to the Feywild
Yes.
during the Dawn War.
This dark creature.
This is
Bad.
Oh, these are what the folk tales are for the Night Mother.
Oh,
For its
no.
form.
Oh, no.
You've been waiting to do that too long.
It's been years you've been serving a spider, Dawn! The whole time!
Holy shit, he's Spider-Man!
You can't outrun her. She's got too many legs.
Mm-hmm.
You're like down a set, so
Whoa.
they still work, but
Ask her to borrow a spare.
and that would happen during the Dawn War. That happened.
Indeed.
So, was it like what happened in the Feywild bled over to here to cause the Dawn War here, or vice versa?
Oh, many things that waged war here waged war in other planes as well. It was not simply to exert control over just the material plane, but over all other planes.
Like fighting through all the layers at once.
Indeed. It is not simply devils and demons or primordial creatures that wished for control of this location. Those battles spilled over into those other planes.
That's bad.
Yes, indeed. I fear what devils and demons might have made harbor within the Feywild and are now sitting and beguiling creatures of the Fey.
So,
There are sentences I really like saying.
yeah.
So, if we perform the ritual to completion and cleanse the area and cleanse the tree, would that theoretically open up a door to the Feywild?
It would.
Is that a door that goes both ways?
The womb within Celeborn does indeed have a transport that goes to the Feywild. Yes, it does indeed go both ways. However, the entrance on the other side has been thus sealed, as has this side.
would opening one side open the other?
I believe so, yes.
I've seen this before. No.
Hey, you gotta let him in, Paul. No! We gotta open the door. What could be on the other side of the door? Could be anything. It could be the unicorn that guy had.
It could be an army of orcs. Who knows?
No, it'd be a giant spider creature.
Yeah. I like that guy.
Maybe a friend.
No.
Party hats.
No.
Pinata.
I mean, we've met it.
Welcome.
Were there, in your time, any groups who left the north?
Do you mean groups, like families of Eladrin?
Yes.
Indeed. There were some that sought out refuge in other places. There were some that were invested in the knowledge of the Akorum and sought journeying south for knowledge.
The mindset to not investigate
Yes.
the plague, the rot,
Yes.
was that carried by many people?
Not many know. My father was, I think, initially not open to investigating such matters. He trusted in the advice of his councils and also of his wife.
His wife said don't investigate either.
Correct. Minweth agreed with Panacea that she believed that these things were of a different realm and not our responsibility, and that she feared that destroying them might draw things here.
As a leader, which side did you side with?
I worked with Laverna to great detail to understand and study the carbuncles and to develop a methodology for cleansing the druidic spirits that resided within the area that were infested. The rot is, after all, a disease that claims both mortal life and immortal soul.
Did you?
It's fine. It's so chill.
Did you find it odd that, like, at all, that the people from the Fae kept saying, "Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone"? Don't worry about it.
Absolutely, I am in no way a fool. This was why I beseeched the noble houses to request my father abdicate his position, and he refused, and then I slew him in battle.
Yeah, I heard about that. I read the book. You're a pretty badass fighter. So it said in the book.
Thank you. I do not think that an elegant scribe would have used those exact words, but...
No, he said badass fighter. Hold my hands up, like,
I don't know
in
what
front
that
of his eyesight.
He's
So it's like, if we're
swearing.
blurry, that's the only thing that comes
In his face.
Oh,
Badass fighter.
wow. Well then, whoever wrote this must have had a very heroic opinion of me.
Yeah.
Very kind.
He was our best scribe. Wrote many a novel. Can't wait to read his next work.
So, like, do you think it was like they could have been trying to put one over on you guys?
I think that there was some sort of infiltration or espionage effort into supplanting itself within the rulership of Auglatha. I feared that not only did Lady Minweth seek to accomplish this, but that Cilia did as well.
What would they gain other than the throne, right?
There are many things within Auglatha that I fear the Fae may have wanted for themselves.
Yeah, I think we're all worried about that. And your wife Cilia.
Yes.
What was she doing during all this?
During the time
Yeah, the last couple years of your rule.
she would visit the surrounding hamlets on the outer edges of Auglatha and evaluate the spread of the blight. She would cleanse crops that people may again eat them safely without risk. What was that? Demons in the castle!
This place haunted?
I mean, technically, can't get in there because it's guarded. Make a mention of it.
What? Dear God.
A ghoul.
Talking about little green ghouls, buddy.
Do you think I should make a mention of my home?
Oh, what?
You're asleep.
Wait, what? What'd you say? No.
I don't
Whatever it is, the answer is no.
don't think I don't know. Can get in there to guarded.
Nope, it was it's a hamlet.
I mean,
I don't know where it's at, and I'm not going to disclose where it's at, but
did we take the key?
Cecilia was one of the good Fae.
I
Does she align with like your views on?
I fear that Celia was attempting to evaluate the success of the disease as it spread.
Was that the white hole? Sorry, what?
World champion.
So she. Oh,
What?
that's not good.
What? What just happened?
We
Celia was Celia, he fears, was like relaying information back to the Fae about how was here.
Oh, so she was a.
She was not aligned with his views.
I think that she attempted to deceive me, and she was successful for a time. But in my later years, I grew ever more suspicious of her activities and of the individuals I sent out to follow her on her endeavors.
Why was she?
We didn't write what time she took that book out.
Yeah, did we? Why was she investigating?
What was she investigating?
She was trying to. I mean, so she was investigating. She took out a children's book about Melicil and Melicy. That vaguely told their story, but like she was investigating the children of her husband.
Why?
They were a threat to her rule, perhaps? I don't know.
But even if something happened to.
Gotta weed out the bastards.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as a sincere thing,
Yeah.
like, there's, yeah.
Yeah, if there's gonna be any heirs, she wants them to be Fae.
And we also know
But she couldn't have kids. It was established,
We
right?
don't know that.
It's not that she couldn't, it was that he refused to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Celeborn, more like celibate.
I don't think so.
That was good.
But yes, that was the information that was previously shared, that Elasil said Taurithelle lingers heirless, and that he, in his later years, refused to, even though he was wed to Celia, he refused to have heirs. He did not have offspring through her. And when you guys asked, did you sire any other kids? He said, I did not sire any other children with Celia.
Why was the
With
book?
Celia.
Why was the book called When Mother Comes Home? I don't like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're asleep.
I'm asleep.
I mean, I hate to be reductionist, but like, they are Fae. Like, isn't their whole thing like playing tricks?
Indeed. To some degree.
I think that's past the point of a trick, though.
I mean, we also know that she didn't find her.
Sure. And she is presumably.
Unless
She isn't.
Unless
Well-
what, Retora? I didn't like that face.
Unless we found a grave. We didn't look inside to see if there was a body.
unless somehow she's connected with Arthur.
What if she is Arthur? Oh my god.
Wait, there was no body in Celia's.
Correct.
Well.
Was the crypt smashed like the other ones were?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was empty.
Was there like remnants like the other ones where it was like little chunks of bone or something in there, or no?
Mm-hmm.
There was. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, so she.
What race is Laverna?
From what you've seen?
Yeah.
So in the family painting that was in their home, the father, Elasil, was clearly an Eladrin man. The mother, Panacea, was a dryad, of the grove specifically. So she would have been half Eladrin, half dryad.
Technically,
Dryad Fae.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and technically, all of the family line would be partially.
Yeah, Eladrin
Fae.
have direct Fae
Yeah,
connections.
that's why we speak Sylvan.
Sylvan.
This is also a little reductionist too, but like, what if Celia was friends with Laverna, and she's like, "You are my vengeance," and like we think that it's all because she hates Papa because she may have loved Mama, but what if she was working with Sylvia to?
I mean, maybe she wasn't, but I think someone else might have been.
Let's not talk about her.
Oh, forced.
She knows we're talking
Sorry,
about
I'm
her.
just ruminating on our moments together.
You're still up. Why are you?
Good
Take
moments
a
they
nap.
were.
Go to sleep.
Anyway,
sleep.
no
Past your
interrupting.
bedtime.
Shh, we're still
the night
talking.
is not Not that long. It's been maybe like 2-3 hours.
I'm gonna take a nap. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, but you heard about the Dawn War here, right?
What do you mean about the Dawn War here?
Well, you had talked about the Dawn War in the Feywild. Did you hear about the Dawn War here?
That was more recent, wasn't it?
The Dawn War?
They said they happened simultaneously.
Yes, the Dawn War was a war that extended over a series of years
Well,
that
what-
affected several realms.
What was so? Trying to understand
Yeah.
timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Auglatha fell 1,600 years ago.
Correct. There is no connection to the Dawn War whatsoever.
So the Dawn War was prior to.
Yeah, the Dawn War was 8,000 years ago.
Age of Reclamation?
Yes,
Oh,
that's why
yeah,
we're in the Age of Reclamation.
I was
That's
thinking that happened post Auglatha.
No, that
No,
was
the Dawn War-
Oshuamp's reclamation, or Oshuamp's reclamation from Ostador,
Correct.
or by Ostador.
During the Dawn War.
Nope.
No.
Ostador
that's-
has nothing to do with the Dawn War.
Okay, so
So
Dawn War.
Ostador is 1,000 years ago.
Dawn War was
8,000 years ago. That has a relation to Imperia.
Imperia with the okay. That's where all the relics come from.
Correct.
Ostador and Camilla were separate
Correct.
1,000 years ago.
Correct.
So in the great realm of things, my being is baby.
Ambi.
I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. In terms of this whole party, in Ritora's eyes, everyone is baby.
Oh, yeah, no.
Baby's a state of mind.
But like we're talking about like the age of Auglatha and like when that fell, Auglatha fell how many?
1,600 years ago,
1,600
roughly.
years ago. Yeah, shifters weren't even a fucking thing up here.
No.
Correct.
Honestly, him seeing me, he's probably like, the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah, no, he has no idea what you are.
I am a novelty, is what it is.
Correct.
And I think I sold that.
You're a cryptid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
we knew that.
Mm-hmm.
He was born cryptid. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you know about like the Dawn War happened here, right?
Indeed.
Like all the stories of that.
Some of them, yes, they were studied.
You they were studied by like your people?
Only by the royal lines. They are well-kept secrets.
So it wasn't information for everyone then, huh?
Correct.
I guess to keep the population not freaked out.
In part, but also again to keep the pact of not sharing in reference to elevate anything to godhood.
Yeah. Keep the names to a minimum.
Correct. That is also why we called it the Summit Dragon, and we did not ascribe it a name to the common people.
But did he like that?
She.
She?
She.
Oh. But she didn't like that. Did she like that?
I'm sure she would have.
Like to have a
if-
name.
She did not mind.
Didn't mind having a name. Not having a name.
Yes.
Leave Levi out of
She's
this.
broken. Be nice.
We need to fix her.
And so I guess you didn't hear about Oshuamp then since then, huh?
What is an Oshwamp?
Since when?
Huh?
Since
About
when?
1,000 years ago?
I've heard
Creation
no
of man.
history of anything in the outside world.
Well, Oshuamp was like, was there a big hole?
What?
Like a big hole in like the middle of the Great Plain there in the north.
Oh,
Yeah. Like I think there was a what was that town called? It was like
Lost.
it was like
First-
White something, I can't remember. But then underneath that was there a big hole?
Whitehall
Yeah, and then just south of that was there something there?
was a city, yes.
What was that called?
I know of Hill.
I'm sorry, what?
Hill.
Oh, did we know that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you know what happened at Hill?
No.
Damn. So that's been a mystery for a real long time. People are like, yeah, it's just it's gone.
Oh, God.
Well,
I mean,
fun-
to
funny
be fair,
enough,
terrible
it
news.
got sucked into the ground.
That's
Kind of-
terrible news.
Kind of
Go for
similar
a
to
problem in the country, I guess.
We need to stop mining.
Yeah.
Stop
Oh,
fracking
no.
the north.
Perhaps now we're finally getting it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You told us we had to dig, John.
I know.
You said it's
The
time to
problem,
dig.
the problem in the north is fracking.
Yeah.
They fracked the goddamn mountain.
Brought to you by BP. Sponsor
I have
us.
no idea what happened to the Valley Hill.
Well,
I'm gonna reach out to him.
the best I understand it is that it kind of like fell.
Similar to Auglatha.
Yeah, but I don't know if something made it fall or if it did just fall. A little murky.
That's alarming. to
I'm
say
also
the
not the
least.
bookkeeper. I don't got the big brains like the green one over there.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. I got the kids' stories version.
So-
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a city. And then the ground went.
Auglatha fell because of the dragon.
Correct.
What was the
put down, I guess.
What was the other one? The other city that had fell?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Hello. Oshuamp.
No, Oshuamp's still.
Well,
It fell and then it was rebuilt.
the city was before it was Oshwamp
Yeah.
fell, and then it rose again as Oshwamp.
When did Oshuamp originally fall? How long ago?
That's what we're unsure about.
Well, Oshuamp is only 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Oshwamp is new city on top.
got it.
Oshwamp
It's
is the
new
city
New
that-
York.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Correct.
And the Fell Hill is old New York.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So
In
they
Futurama terms. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. Okay.
The world of tomorrow.
And then we're not gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just.
Well, no,
yeah.
I think he called it White Hill.
White Hall.
Oh yeah, he called it White Hill.
Have you ever visited Whitehall?
Seldom as a young boy.
What led your family to visiting? Was there any?
That was where royals were called to provide counsel. Whitehall was a city of advisors and council makers. We were sent there to inform of our state.
Make
Is there any
decisions for the North.
notable figureheads there by any chance?
I only visited as a boy. I was not taken again as a man.
Still nothing that maybe stuck out to you as a random person?
I was not
or-
taken into the council.
Oh,
My
gotcha, okay.
father went. I was given access to Whitehall.
Where'd you hang out when you went?
Well, there was a very interesting group of young children called the Rat Boys.
I'm sorry, the rat boy.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. They were.
I knew some guys that called themselves the Pigeon Boys.
Oh, I hope they did not feast on the Rat Boys.
No. They call themselves the Pigeon Boys because they walk around just going.
Dear God.
They like seeds. Mostly because they were actually pigeons.
Okay.
I didn't have very many friends in the city.
They didn't call themselves anything. I called them.
So I called them the pigeon. They were actually just pigeons that I would feed.
You might have heard of them.
Okay.
I called them the pigeon.
But they were actual boys, not rats. Then.
They were rats?
No.
Oh.
His rat boys were actual boys.
I was gonna say they weren't even pigeons.
No. My pigeon.
They call the pigeon boys.
No, my pigeon boys were pigeons.
Rival
They
gangs.
were boys.
This is starting to feel like the duck moment, okay?
I'm trying to kill 8 hours. Just let Force do his thing.
Even boy.
But anyway, yeah, you met the rat boys, huh?
Indeed.
That's cool. What did they do? Like,
They squandered around the city and
were they rats?
no, they were
real
boys.
Okay.
They scurried around searching for cheese.
Sounds like rats.
We did know this. That's canon.
They were indeed young boys.
Okay.
They liked to play this as a game within Whitehall.
Did you play?
I wanted to, yes, but I was not permitted. I was not a rat boy.
You were cool enough to be a rat
Well, no, I was a royal prince
royalty,
at the time, and it was deemed unscrupulous for me to be associating with rat boys.
I just hate
But I
it.
understand.
We're ruining them all! I will never be a rat boy.
He literally said there were other things I wish I could have done
I was
with my
gonna say,
life
so-
instead of being a
I was
king.
gonna
And
say,
he's
so you
literally
did want to be a
rat
king
boy.
because you wanted to be a rat
Rat
boy.
boy.
It's literally
wanna
the
be a-
fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They didn't
Yes.
let poor Taurithelle join any rat boy games.
Yes.
Well, it's also
Be a
Step
rat
Brothers. I just
boy,
want to be a
baby.
dinosaur. Holy shit.
You know where you are.
They were
You're with the rat boys.
they were entertaining to some degree, but
What
then my
else?
father concluded his counsel and we would leave.
Yeah. Did you like Whitehall? Was it cool?
No, I found even at a young age Whitehall to be a very somber and depressing city.
Just not a whole lot going on, or
Indeed.
that's terrible. It's kind of what Oshuamp is now, where Taurithelle used to be.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's mostly slums.
It's incredibly sad.
And the inner sanctum she was talking about, that's underneath the city, which is what I think is Old Taurithelle.
That's alarming.
No, I think it's just
Mm-hmm.
maybe like basement of.
Attic up.
We're only 2 levels down.
So far as we're aware.
Yeah. I can go deeper.
We have to stop going deeper.
We have to dig.
We.
But you guys had like a mining supply line run through here at one point, right?
Do you mean a mining supply line?
Oh, because that's the thing in Oshuamp is that people would come up here and they would mine for gold in the hill here.
Yes, there were indeed great veins of gold and silver woven into the stone beneath the mountains.
No doubt where some of your riches came from.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, people apparently still come up here and do that every spring. Did you hear that?
I have not heard that, but all the gold and silver has been plundered out of Auglatha for several centuries. Not remains, but ice and stone.
Ooh. That's not what the people in Oshuamp like to think.
Perhaps then they plunder some of the hamlets that have sunken outside of Auglatha and not actually veins of gold in the stone walls.
Yeah, probably. Because you said everything was...
Indeed.
Oh. Well,
I will then destroy this city for plundering my people's gold and silver.
well, these are just average people just trying to, provide for their family. That's why they come up here and do it.
This city hasn't existed on any map in hundreds of years.
Yeah, most people don't know it was even here.
And it's not the miners' faults. They are being told by others that there is gold to seek, so it's...
So the problem's not with the city and their people. The problem is with who's running the city.
Yeah,
Don't
the
hate
city's volatile, but the people.
People say.
Don't hate the player.
I grow ever concerned, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, we all do.
Correct.
That's the human
As one
condition,
does.
my friend.
No.
It's not human.
Should they be pilfering the gold from here?
Oh no, they shouldn't. But their people should, who are
No.
above running the city, should
No,
be taking
not-
care of them.
Should they be pilfering from here, that would mean that they would be in close contact with the rot.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing they talk about. is that
Oh.
Anybody who goes to the mine, they say the gold is cursed.
With the rock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
There was an outbreak
of gold.
of the rot.
no, so many gold. I'm still get rich. I mean,
There was an outbreak of the rot
Yes.
within this Oshuamp.
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. There was.
My lovely friend over there, Catherine, she actually unfortunately suffered from it.
Lady with the mask.
Yeah.
Does she sleep?
I can't tell. She's just sitting there.
Serena's probably well.
Looks like a mannequin.
What's up?
was like Sabrina with long rest for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know in terms of like actual stat.
Mm-hmm. Nope, no need for sleep.
No sleep.
She was unfortunately stricken with it. Her husband unfortunately brought it home.
From the mines.
Yeah.
A terrible accident, then. I should hope.
Yeah, the rot's been affecting people far outside of here. You may notice we're short a set of footsteps recently.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing well. One of our compatriots that came with us was suffering from the rot. We were able to keep it in check for some time. But yeah, he was.
I'm sorry for your loss.
He was from far west side.
I mean, the rot made it all the way down to my home.
Yeah.
Not even in the north.
Did it grow or was it brought there?
Seems like it grew, but that's what I was trying to figure out.
I fear if it grew in your homeland, that it means that someone who possessed the rot, who was afflicted by it, would have died in the presence of a great druidic spirit and infected it as a carbuncle.
Never got that far to find out.
You say we. Draconique.
Oh my god!
It's canon, baby! It's canon, baby!
It's canon!
Well, that's why you've been saying Hamlet. It's omelet.
All the
They've
omelets.
been plundering my omelets. Bastards.
Say it again.
You say we did not get this far.
Chickens are known for flying.
Yes, my mentor. We were investigating it together. It's a bit of a long story, but I guess we have time.
Let it rip!
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
If there's time, Ritora will just
Spew.
relay. Just writing down what Laverna now knows about the
Things.
things, yeah.
How many times have passed?
I mean, he has an orb of time. I would say that you guys are roughly a little over halfway through, probably about 5 out of the 8 hours.
So I'm awake.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Good morning.
So, what would you share? Would you withhold anything, or would you be pretty straightforward and honest?
I don't think there's much to really withhold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just giving into the fact that Laverna knows everything about us now, so that's a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Okay.
We have to talk for 8 hours.
She's kind of all knowing anyway. I don't know it.
Yeah, sure. I'd tell him that I grew up in a very small, like, isolated area with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And started noticing these, the trees and the wildlife in my home succumbing to this rot.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And then being told to stop what I'm doing, and then sounds similar to what was going on here. Even in my isolated community. Hop on over to your local city. Befriend Delawin and work under him to basically try to do what Laverna was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Much less informed, much less skilled than Laverna, so our research didn't make it nearly as far, but
I would just bring up during that time frame, so far as I am aware, the rot did not make it down as far as my home city. Though I am not sure the state of it in the 10 years after I left.
Unless your home city didn't have whatever corrupting force affected my land.
That is entirely possible as well.
Okay.
I'd kind of glaze over the whole betrayal bit, I think.
Okay.
Because presently Retort really is not sure what
Okay.
happened. She thought she knew something else, It's really
Mood.
currently
You think you know your backstory till you don't?
yeah.
I get it.
Within this dictation, would you use Delawin's full name?
They are we.
Entirely up to you.
Only if prompted. I don't think she would offer it specifically, but if I don't think she would intentionally
Sure.
hide it.
Okay.
So I guess it would really depend on if someone said who is the name of your
I mean, when you say Delawin, he would recognize it's an Eldred name, but wouldn't press you about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you two are here to attempt to understand the rot.
Yes. Yes, initially to save my home, and now it seems to save much more.
A fair way to put it.
That's kind of the reason I'm scared to go home too.
Where's your home?
Far away from here. It's northwest. Near Enter. You ever heard of it?
No.
Maybe it went by a different name at the time.
Yeah, probably.
Westways?
It's southwest of Ostrukar.
The woods?
Yeah.
Kokodob.
Yeah, that's it.
Indeed. You and your family settled there.
Yeah. About 1,000 years ago.
Oh. Good for you.
I mean, they're all gone now, so.
I'm very sorry to hear.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's honestly, putting it in perspective of your life, it's pretty crazy. We were a blip on the map. Not even.
Yes, I didn't
Had
know
I
you
not
exist.
come here today, you would have never even known they existed.
Correct.
It's wild. Wow.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's funny.
But yeah, so as far as we understand, there's this entity called the Rotting One that exists somewhere out there.
An entity.
Yeah.
Like a physical form.
Yeah.
I saw part of it.
You what?
It's actually what killed the progenitor of my tribe.
Quite sorry for your loss.
It's fine. She's still fighting the good fight.
That's strange. Okay.
Yeah, from the other side.
Because spirit persists.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What's that word that we talked about in Nesgrim before? Indelible. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's...
Yeah, like not giving up kind of thing.
Yes, indeed, I do know of such things.
She kind of, where she is, rests over top of where we are now. Maybe not right now, but
In Ethereum.
what?
No.
Ethereal planes.
Oh, ethereal plane. Okay. Yeah.
No, not ethereal.
Like within the ethereal.
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 But yeah. Wiped us out. Yeah.
The rotting one is the thing that I am contracted to.
Pardon me.
I have a deal with Laverna. I did so to save the soul of a child belonging to a friend.
Pact with her.
Yes, in order to save the girl.
What did you reward her with?
My soul.
Oh dear.
But only if he dies before killing the rotting one.
Yeah.
Yes, if we kill the rotting one, then the deal is void.
All right. Yeah, your friends are an absolute.
Train wreck. What's a train?
Heard about this?
Oh, just
Oh no. Everyone's heard about this.
Similarly loving and good-natured people, it seems.
That's
As I
one
said
way to put
before,
it.
like calls to like.
We need a time check.
Yeah, I would say that at this point, you guys would have been through roughly the 8 hours. You guys would start stirring.
My turn. I'm gonna take a nap.
You said long rest?
Mm-hmm.
Just call me Phil A. Buster.
I get a short rest off of that, right?
Yeah,
Fuck yes.
all right.
That's where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
On this. Middle of the screen? On the top?
It's the campfire button.
Did you short rest?
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you get one.
Just from sitting,
Oh,
talking,
okay.
and you don't have to sleep, and you can get hit points.
Yeah, if you're missing
I don't actually need them. I'm
Okay.
pretty okay.
You can
Top
still
it off.
use
Trust
a hit
me,
dying.
top it
Top
off.
it off.
How do I-
Don't do what I did in the other campaign. Don't get your soul eaten.
Oh,
You
it's
got it.
gonna get worse.
I don't want it to.
I don't want
Maybe.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys talk about?
Oh shit!
to. Hell yeah.
Don't do that.
What? I'm
You were
sorry.
asleep.
I sit upright. I
Yeah,
know it's a
I
thing.
hate that.
Yeah, it's
Can't you just be like, I'm waking up now?
Where's
Nope,
the
I
alarm?
just sit up
Yeah, I hate it.
immediately.
I saw it. You
Yeah.
just
Yep, right up.
why?
Awake.
God.
Good morning.
No wonder. Like it's hard convincing people you're not cursed. That's scary.
I'm still not convinced.
I'm not cursed.
He's not cursed.
I'm not cursed.
He's not.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
We've been through this. He was cursed.
You're stuck with us.
he's
so
not cursed.
Do we need to count? Cursed.
Cursed.
Previously,
Probably still.
Maybe.
Definitely cursed.
Blessed.
Definitely.
I'm
blessed.
right here. Right here. Bam.
You can green armor.
Only if Yalumla were here.
It was for the spirit.
All right, so now what?
Remember that dragon that we talked about that was on the summit and
Yeah.
maybe went by the summit?
Papa.
It's him?
It's residing within him.
Resides
It's
within
using him as a host.
Yeah,
Like a
it's a place for
battery?
Well, no, it's like where
Like
it's sleeping.
Like he's in the trunk.
It's
some
like,
sort of thrall?
It's sleeping. He
Is
knows.
he just like siphoning his life force?
Well, I mean, you're awake. You can ask him.
Well,
Definitely
you remember
not.
that word that like the word that Yalumlo used a lot.
Decorum?
Yeah, knows about that.
They helped foster them.
Yeah, they provided the myth water for underneath the tree.
There is something fighting on all the planes.
What?
Was.
All the planes.
Oh,
Was fighting on all
I'll
the
catch
planes?
you up
the
on that in a
Dawn
little
War,
bit,
it's a
sure.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
The Dawn
Happened
War.
here
The
and
Dawn
there.
War. And there, anywhere else?
Everywhere.
What's
Actually, yeah.
Let's start there. Where's everywhere?
Everywhere.
Are you talking of the planes of existence?
Yes.
What ones are you cognizant of? You have material,
The material?
the Feywild.
Nope, didn't really know about that one.
Oh yes, that is where the
I kn-
Fey reside.
I know about the ethereal plane.
You
I was
heard
able
about the
to
big
glimpse
spider
into
thing,
it.
right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's quite interesting.
It's a talent. There's the shadow.
I've been there, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, is that where? That's where the.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we met.
Oh yeah.
We met a big shadow.
Oh yeah.
excuse me.
No,
That's
it
when he
was
turned into a booyah.
It was just really dark there.
That
Oh,
probably
it was
would've gotten-
dark.
That got brought
It was
up. I
dark.
think.
It was dark.
The
Right.
Bouillon Cube?
Yep.
It was
Just
dark everywhere.
No, the dragon.
The shadow portal.
We're really good at this.
Well, John said it, not.
I
One
think
of
we
us to
mentioned it
Laverna.
to her. I'm pretty sure I did.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Yeah, because she said she's the knight, and I was like, I've
you asked
seen
if it was- if
scarier.
that was her.
Yes,
Oh,
we
you
did.
did?
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
you
did.
literally give that information to her?
No.
No.
No, I get it all you.
Yeah, unable to.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You saw something within the shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the Dawn War story from around here?
Yes.
That big scary thing that laid siege to a kingdom?
That's not
Yeah,
what I saw.
yeah, it was.
He didn't-
Defiled
he didn't-
black claw.
That was a dragon.
Yeah.
What?
What did you see?
A dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they
The
said.
answer is dragon for both of these
Yes.
things. Carver wants you to find the difference in
I
these
see.
things.
So
They're both fucking dragons.
The big sea monster thing is also a dragon.
Yes.
Got it.
I think.
No, that's a different thing.
Yeah. So
That-
all right. What are we talking about
I
here?
was talking about the thing from the Dawn War that we watched in Felfarthen.
Which is not a
Laugh.
dragon.
Laugh. The
Yeah,
literally
the
laugh.
shadow.
I thought that was
The
the,
Defiler
spider.
You went to the
Black
shadow
Claw.
realm.
I thought that was the,
one
spider
we,
thing.
not the one
No.
they're talking about. The one we watched in the Dawn War fly around
I see. Okay, that's
when we
where
were in Felfarthen. The
Gotcha.
movie we saw.
Gotcha. Sorry, I was looking at.
The
I was
picture.
thinking of.
I
There's a
thought
lot of
that
big,
too.
bad, scary things that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
it's
spider.
fine.
I don't
So
want
I'm,
to.
I'm sorry. What other realms are there?
Material.
Material,
Fey,
Fey,
shadow.
shadow.
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
There are planes corresponding to each of the elements: fire, water, earth, and air.
Okay. Anything else?
That sounds like where you would be cool, like hanging out, right?
I don't know about that.
You wouldn't want to go to fire, like a water
Definitely
place?
not the fire one.
Water place. Like a water
I
place.
do not know how to traverse to most of these locations.
That was going to be my follow-up question.
There was also, I am not certain if it still exists, an astral plane where celestial firmament resides.
Oh, okay.
Stars and shit like that.
There are still stars.
Oh, thank God I've not seen them in a long time.
Usually.
Sometimes there's
Usually.
not.
Yeah, sometimes there's not.
Sometimes there's not.
Felix.
One night out of the
Firmament.
year, specifically above
know that
the
word.
city of Oshuamp,
I don't
Is that,
know.
where
Is that like what you sprinkle on a field and you're growing
The
stuff?
tell one used to be.
Fertilizer.
yes, where
Hello.
Taurithelle stood.
What's firmament? Like you sprinkle it and it grows.
You're talking about fertilizer?
Oh, what's firmament then? Beers? Beers. Nesgrim beers. Astral beers. Nesgrim. Oh my.
Once per year above the city that now stands where Taurithelle stood, the sky goes black and the stars are not visible.
That is a very curious thing.
Yes. It is only in the city that this occurs. It is very strange.
Oh, Schwamp.
Yeah.
I know nothing of this, but that is a very curious thing.
Not something that happened in Taurithelle then.
No.
What were the walls of Thalahel, or whatever Oshuamp used to be?
Yeah.
What were the walls made of?
Exterior fortifications of the city.
Yeah.
It was built mostly of marble.
It's obsidian now.
Oh, that is curious as well. I do not know why a city would be constructed of marble or of obsidian.
Well, we
It's very.
we once saw a child claim they could see things in the walls of the city.
Oh yeah, I heard stuff in the walls. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
and
It's
we,
it's you know about jewels, right?
Well, didn't his father have an ability?
Indeed.
to-
Yeah, like the whole souls jewels thing.
Souls, jewels.
Yeah.
That souls can be stored in gems.
It's a theory that some people have had.
What?
Yeah. Some people were like, maybe I could cram like a soul in this, and that they thought that would be a thing.
This was
possibly.
This information was uncovered after the fall of Auglatha about 800 years ago in Elfarthen. So you'd have no idea what we're talking
Well, yeah,
about.
that's possible.
It's just like a theory. Theory. I don't know. People thought it was the thing.
Okay.
But like that's what people think is going on with I think Oshuamp's just haunted. I think there's ghosts.
But there's things in the walls.
Well, I think it's ghosts. I think there's just
There's
ghosts.
ghosts in the walls.
No, not in the walls, but they are the walls.
On the walls.
What do you know of obsidian?
Yeah.
I know that obsidian is used in the construction of items, that it
That's a
is
theory.
remarkably sharp, but that it is curiously breakable. I do not understand why a city would use fortifications constructed of something so easily shattered.
I can think of a few reasons. Who knows?
That obsidian can be used as a means of prevention of scrying magics and divinations.
Yeah.
That is why we think it is made of that.
Is to prevent people from scrying within the city
then
or out of the city.
I pray that no one ever assails it with any kind of siege weapon. It would be shattered and with great ease. That does not seem efficient for the purposes of defense.
Only
There's not much
Build
there
a trebuchet.
there's not much there
Forced
to
with
defend.
me.
What do you mean there's
We got
not much to do?
We're blessed.
It's mostly slums, and
Do people in slums not deserve defense?
from the city's perspective, no. To the point that people within the city are frequently hunted.
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 What?
I, for example, was sent to the city, unbeknownst to me, to be used, to be taken to the inner sanctum, same as Taurithelle, and
Full stop.
Extracted of a resource of some kind. The current theory is my blood.
So you're saying that you were brought to this Oshuamp,
Correct.
and that they wanted your blood for some kind of ritual or something?
Correct. Yes.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
That's my buddy Nesgrim. I talked to him a little bit.
No, I've talked to him.
Yes, but like, who the fuck are you? That
I'm-
your blood would be thusly craved by a people.
he can't really see us.
He can't quite say right now. My client has to withhold some information.
Hag confidentiality?
Yeah, it's a clause.
Okay.
Oh, what if I
I'm
lean
gonna hold
in?
up your hand.
What if I lean in real close and whisper my name?
I could just say it into his head.
That works too.
Or Felix. We both have that.
Either of you, yeah.
I'll say his name into his head.
Well, I know nothing of this name.
Neither do I, to be honest.
I am more curious as to
Town.
who are you that your blood would be thusly craved?
Well,
Look like a normal man.
I see.
Nesgrim, I can fill him in.
No, say it out loud. Let everybody know.
Into his mind, I would like to insert some details about Nesgrim that we would not like to say out loud.
Sure,
Just a
absolutely.
3D model spinning
Where-
things out.
Where I'm
Here
from.
is this is a descriptor of Nesgrim.
Look at QVC.
It has my scientific
That's all
name.
the information
As
is
it's
aside.
spinning, he's just
Wait,
continuously touching his gem.
we have
It's gonna line through it as half the price.
yeah, actual age, biological age, brain
Mushroom
age, we'll say. We'll say.
Brain.
We'll say
It's just
his
the model
mental
for
age.
select your character, and he's just like idle animation.
So those things.
That's right.
Idle animation.
Bumping a table.
And I think Nesgrim's idle animation would be falling over.
A door.
Then you seem to possess particular blood of value indeed.
Wow. You can eat food. Can't you?
Maybe.
Mm,
Felix,
What's up?
can you tell him about my dad and my dad's blood and how they wanted my dad's blood?
Yeah. I'll tell him.
They wanted his dad's blood.
They wanted his dad. I'll tell in
Yeah.
his mind. One of his dad's blood. We saw a vision of an empty crypt.
Dear God.
Yeah. And this is all in his mind. Yeah, we've got a bit of a resurrection problem here.
Problem. You didn't hear that.
So,
Okay.
having spent some time, I was not aware that I was sent to the city with someone expecting to receive me.
Okay.
And despite me announcing my name, what?
I just looked at her and was like, I didn't do anything.
Despite me introducing myself to anybody that would listen and providing
Immediately.
way more information than.
Immediately.
Despite all of that, I still did not manage to find my way to the people that requested me, which is probably for the best, or I would still be imprisoned.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know that it worked out better.
I think it did.
Not in chains, and they're not
almost
using my blood for whatever they would use my blood for.
That's true. It wasn't so bad though, right?
Okay.
So
Okay, never mind.
Thank you for sharing.
I forgot. There's a reason I was going down this road. I can't remember what it was.
It'll come back to you.
Tell him the story of the duck.
Hopefully.
That was right. He heard all of that. It was it was in the room over.
Yeah, you heard the whole fucking duck exchange.
As we're having the morning wake up conversation, I'm going to start pulling bits of royal armor out of my bag and start polishing it and putting it back together and everything. Setting it all up.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this dragon that
Which one?
is in you.
The spirit of the dragon.
Yeah. How can we pull?
Take it.
How can we pull the spirit out of you? Yeah.
Nesgrim said, how do we suck him dry?
I don't.
What do you mean? Why do you want that?
The dragon put the city here,
Said you
right?
let me fill you up or what?
Yes.
Maybe the dragon can put it back.
The dragon is weak.
The dragon is still remarkably weak and fragile.
What does it need for?
Time.
Do we just want to assume that Nesgrim knows all of this now, or no? Because DJ knows why the dragon's asleep and all of that, but Nesgrim doesn't.
Retora will fill.
we would've caught
will
you
fill
guys up.
DJ.
You're- But you're asking, what does the dragon need? Yes, that also had been answered. It requires a horde as well as time.
Right, a horde in time.
Yep.
I do have a question. You said you introduced the Ikorum?
Not that I introduced the Akorum.
Who did?
I do not know. That was their heritage.
Fey heritage?
No, the people of the Ravelwood, far south. They came here, discussed with us their heritage, their ancestral connection. We suggested utilizing myth water as a means of maintaining connection with the spirits. Myth water presents certain magical properties and affinities. It is a cleansing element or agent for the soul.
So, I don't remember if we discussed this in game, but with the Ikorum, the spirit is what attaches to the person here.
Correct.
And then on the other side is where they physically reside,
Correct to a degree.
to a degree. I guess would have previously.
Again, that is where,
Reside,
like,
yeah.
correct to a degree, yes.
Yeah, because we don't proper know what happened to Yalumlo.
Correct. Yeah, as far as, like, again, in game, you guys know, Yalumo literally stepped into the grotto, everybody paused while within the waters, and Yalumo simply disappeared.
Vanished.
And T.U. Erdl was the one who's like, he was called home to answer the call of his Ikorum, his spirit that exists on the other side.
He said, I need that body. Give me that.
My turn.
Mom said it's my turn.
That'd be rad.
So, back to Oshuamp, because I remember why I was going down that.
Fantastic, yes.
Yes, people in the city are hunted and preyed upon. The only part of that city that's really meant to be protected is the inner sanctum.
Okay.
Which is made out of Taurithelle.
Yeah.
The ruins underneath.
And the inner sanctum's the ruins of Taurithelle.
Okay.
You had asked about people being hunted and etc.
Yes, this is a startling revelation that a city would hunt its own citizens.
It also, they also make magic illegal.
Yeah.
They make magic what?
Illegal?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Also curious.
Punishable.
Yeah.
By death? I don't remember.
Really anybody peculiar, for the most part.
Yeah, even I was
Same.
seen as strange there, and
I blended in. What are
I
you
do
talking
not
about?
know
Yeah.
why they would attempt to stem the use of magic within their city.
Magic is for the people that need it or want it. Obviously.
Strange.
I'm being facetious. I know it's very hard to tell with my tone of voice.
Strange.
You do make an interesting point about why would someone defend a city with walls that are extremely fragile?
Glass houses.
Thank you.
That was good. I didn't see that one. All right.
How's my daughter doing over there? Your friend's been rambling about some city I've never seen.
Hey, I mean, it's very much our home. It's our home.
You should ask him about how to get to some of these planes if you want to extend our time.
I mean,
He knows how to get to some of them.
what are we extending our time for now?
I just
Everyone's
don't
awake.
want her to walk in this room. I'm honestly just putting it off.
Well, I
don't
mean,
want
I finished. I don't know.
I don't want to deal with it.
Oh yeah, no, she's gotten her long rest in.
I don't want to deal
Did
with
she
the
long
elephant in the room.
did she long rest?
You
Well,
have no
I mean,
idea.
like, I just finished polishing up his armor.
Eldrin don't sleep.
Well, yeah, I didn't get a long rest.
You said you didn't need one.
I didn't,
You
but
openly
I
volunteered. I don't want
I
it.
stayed awake so that
Uh-huh.
Tharia wasn't by herself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better. I just don't have as many.
That's why she was
second
doing her
level
nails.
spell slots.
They look great.
I got this all polished up for you.
I should have bugged her
so
every
when the
few
time
minutes.
comes.
Well, and I think we already talked about it. There's no possible way to save him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's. I think we're just prolonging the inevitable at this point.
Well, I mean, the next step, I guess, would just be
We need a plan, and we need to
Uppies.
set things in motion.
Yes, I still am uncertain as to what you all are doing.
Did we try?
8 hours and we didn't talk about it once.
Very strange.
We tried to.
You guys asked, and I was like, you should probably free me because,
I think that's.
Well, I mean,
well,
you know where the
plan-
crypt is, right?
I think the plan
Indeed.
is to free
And you'll be able to
him.
cry.
I should hope, but I don't think that you just need my physical tear. You require a gemstone of King's tears.
Yeah.
How exactly do you?
I don't cry rocks.
Oh, I thought we had
We don't-
established.
She does.
Miria did.
What?
Well,
Dario
did we
does.
ever establish that it's a gem?
Yeah.
I think we.
Yeah.
No, we established it
it's-
was a
It was
gem.
listed
It's
under
frost
the
diamond.
yes. It was listed under the knowledge that it was on the gemstones table.
I'm pretty sure we had established that he does cry them. I'm fairly confident.
We
we-
assumed.
If we didn't, we assumed, but we assumed
His
based on the
tears are
knowledge
needed
that
to make
she does cry frost diamonds.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
What?
Yeah, you guys asked, "Can you cry?" And he said, "Sure."
What? How are you feeling aside from being frozen? I mean, genuinely, like if you're like sitting in one spot, you could be like, I have an upset tummy. I feel like I'm running a fever.
My
Like,
nose has itched for 10,000
I've
years.
been stagnant for 1,600 years. I've not had a meal. I've not moved. It is very difficult for me to discern.
it's rude. You don't think he's hungry? Oh my god.
I appreciate you polishing my armor, though, young man.
Yeah, no, it's all battle ready.
I do not require it, though.
Hmm?
I do not require the armor.
Why not?
I do not require it.
Oh, okay.
But thank you.
In the
I
event
guess
that
it's yours then.
in the event that if anything happens happens to you when facing Laverna, is there anything else?
You mean if I die, you are capable of being blunt with me, daughter?
In the event that you die, is there anything else you think would be important to know about the kingdom, about its people, about the politics?
Any dying wishes?
Any dying wishes, last meals? I guess we can't really
No,
do
like
that.
anything you really want to get off your chest if it's like the last thing you ever get to say.
Jesus Christ.
She just wants to prepare. That's all. I'm just merely trying to help.
Papa, update me on your will real quick.
Where are we falling on how much I get?
I think time can be a fickle thing and it can sneak up on people. You're given an opportunity to finally, face
the
it,
thing.
whether it's Laverna that kills you or the rod. Like, unfortunately,
It's gonna be one of
She
the
do
two.
got a
it's
point.
one of the fates. Like,
She do got a point.
And we don't know how
long we have to work with.
I'm not afraid of my death. I was simply chuckling at the conveyance that you all chose to utilize.
I tried to pat it. You told me to be blunt, so I was, and then you're upset that I was blunt. Make up your mind. It doesn't even mixed signals, Papa. What do they mean? Mixed signals, Papa. I'm really mad with
Jesus
this.
Christ,
Is this
I
how you-
understand why Laverna sent you.
Is this really how you ran the kingdom? So
It's
wishy-washy,
all the
flip-floppy?
First it was forced. Now it's Papa.
8
Where's
fucking
the line of
hours.
fiction?
The longest 8 goddamn hours of my life.
He's like, at this point, I'll just die. But he's
Hasn't seen his child born and then died. It's had to spend 8 hours talking to them. It's like
He just said,
gee,
"I'm out," and then just shatters.
fuck this.
You know what? Fuck this. Good luck, kids.
Oh, we die so fast.
You know what? If that's how it goes, I will one man just fight Laverna at this point. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to fight God. Come on, let's go.
You should splash some water on her. You said that you were
I thought it
unable
was a good
to
idea. Sure.
cry gems.
Wait, what? Sorry.
You said that you
That's
are
the word
unable
right
to.
now.
You do not cry gems.
For now.
Okay.
It
Because
is
it's
not
lighting the
that
room.
I
The sun.
do not.
Okay.
I
It's
am
lighting the
able
room.
to produce diamond. But King's Tear is not a diamond.
So we just need a vial for his tears.
No, King's Tear is something entirely different.
What is
I'm
it?
really struggling to understand the concept. Could you just tell me
just
what
about 8
exactly
hours ago, you
it
thought it was
is?
a plant.
King's Tear is a specific kind of gemstone produced by a King's Tear. I am capable of producing at choice temporary frost diamond, just as she can.
So where do we get King's Tear from?
You still get it from me, but I can't voluntarily produce it.
Oh, we need to make him cry.
Well,
I don't.
Is
Wait,
it,
hold on,
is
I'm
it,
confused.
Yeah, is it like something like that?
It's what
It
he's
is
saying-
it is literal. It is crying, but like he can't just willfully do that. Is what he's dictating.
It needs to be like real tears.
Yes.
It needs to be a thing of massive
Yes.
emotion, yeah.
Yes, it is great. Again, like
It's
this
not
is
like
where-
allergies and then he's
No,
crying.
this is where like
Well,
pulling
we
back
have-
curtain. I have continuously made prominent point that magic production is in relation to the spirit of an individual. That all the cursed items and shit are, oh my god, people at their most tortured point. I have also pointed out that like Felthul said, like, what if the opposite is true? What if love is capable of producing such magnificent magical items? That is what this is culminating in. This is a like, I can't just be like, I love her, so I'm gonna cry the magic item now. That's not how that works.
I kind of assume that's the way it was. That like he can cry real tears. It's not like every time he's like, "Oh, my little sad." It's like,
Correct.
like-
He can choose real tears.
Yeah.
He can choose frost diamonds. He cannot choose king's tears.
I think I was just confused because it was like, no, it's not like I cry and you get gems. Because I was like, wait, if you don't cry and get gems, then how does that work?
But no,
Like,
that's where it was like,
lie.
well, why can't you just
Okay.
cry and make the
Yeah.
king's tear? That is the
gotcha.
answer to that.
Gotcha.
Well, we do have one.
If there was a thing that was going on in your life, like, what's something that you haven't felt in a really long time? I can only imagine the sense of loss and grief, devastation.
Can you imagine it?
No, I don't wish to. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm very sorry you had to deal with that.
I have spent 1,600 years sitting in solitude thinking of the children that died because of me, and a wife that I witnessed be butchered by a fucking tree. Yeah.
But you know what you do
Maybe don't we have to wait?
I would not remind him of the loss and the things that will.
No. I'm not reminding him of anything. I'm merely reminding him of what's to come.
He's trapped. I would not do that. That's like.
The day that he is able to stand up and give his.
I think it's implied. I wouldn't keep being like, you know what's gonna hurt your feelings? This. Just. Death. Maybe.
Yeah, no.
I think we
That'll come.
we have to. I think we have to have him unfreeze
Yes.
and probably
We fought
deliver.
things before.
Hmm?
We fought stuff before.
We can fight.
Half the party's rested.
We got here.
More than half.
We still don't know what Laverna's going to do.
Only one way to find out.
Take a guess.
Well, we know that Laverna wants to cure the rot. Laverna does.
Yeah, we do know that about Laverna.
Sort of an unequal match inside of Laverna, though.
Seems to be everyone's aligned.
So I think the order of events are, before this conversation ends, have him
Release himself.
and as we continue our conversation, try to obtain the king's tier
You know,
and then let Laverna speak with him.
I was going to say we could, if we want to let Laverna speak with him, if that is what we're planning.
We have to. We don't have.
Only
frozen.
Only Taurithelle is required to stay in the conversation with the king for Laverna to not speak. One of us could make an agreement with Laverna
No,
that she's not allowed to take violent action, and we end the conversation.
I don't think she would agree to that.
She
wants
might.
to take.
Yes, I know, but if she doesn't agree to
I
it,
don't think we have anything to offer her.
the only leverage we have is threatening her with him, really.
Yeah.
I think-
If we present it to her as you can still live, because if we free him, he will kill you.
I don't think she cares.
No, he just
She might.
has the ability to kill her. It's not as soon as he unfreezes, he's going to kill her.
My only.
Well,
thinking-
if he had the ability to, he would have by now.
He's frozen.
Yeah, but it's also, he's got the whole weight of the kingdom on his back, too, that if he decides to unfreeze just to kill for vengeance, it's not really
I think
kingly.
even if Laverna does not take that deal, which I don't think she would either, I agree, she would turn down that agreement.
There's nothing in it for her.
For her, we have to make it for her life, because he's very confident he'll kill her, and I believe him.
I'm not too keen on threatening her.
No, I think we just see what happens and pray that if he is able to make it out unscathed or remotely alive, that the dragon within will hopefully help us to get back.
We need. So before we do anything, we still need the king's tier. We still need the
Tomb Jade.
tomb jade.
Which we
there's-
can get from up top
down.
Down.
or down.
below.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so
in the
the
crypts.
crypts are by the tree, so we're gonna have to go
Back out.
back out
That's fine.
to the courtyard.
Yeah.
That should be the last thing that we obtain.
There wasn't one more.
But everything else on the list. Those are the two that are difficult. The rest.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we
there's
don't
a
know where-
deposit somewhere.
we don't
technically know where
anything
everything else is.
We just have to find it,
We
but
have
it
to
is
find
here.
it.
Ready to unfreeze Papa?
Yes.
Asked me if there was anything that I would want to do or say should something befall me and result in my death untimely. Words will never express the depth of the sorrow and guilt that I feel that your life was made to be what it was by such a willfully cruel creature, that you from your birth were made to be manipulated and enchained, and that despite arriving here with all intent, that you listened to me, because it served a goal or purpose, but because you chose to. And remember that a conversation such as this could have been a one-time thing. I cherish that you told me of who you are and who you were. I regret only that I will not see who you will be. But if it is anything from the mold of the individual you have forged to this point, I trust it will shine brighter than the stars I've not seen in years.
And I would say with that, the ice around him would begin to crack around his face. And you guys would see a handsome, middle-aged, elven, eldred man, long, silver hair that extends down over his back, almost like in ringlets, like surprisingly curly, almost kind of genuinely like Saris. Yep, but long and stretched down to like the midpoint of his back. He would stand. He is in part of his royal regalia. It would look like it's only a breastplate, like decorative ceremonial pieces of the armor, not for functional purpose or value. He is indeed missing his right arm as he stands. Obviously, it would conclude where it would be the pauldron and the upper part of a guard, missing from the elbow down. He would stand and be definitively shaky, almost as though he is unsteady on his own 2 feet.
I would run up to try and steady him.
Yeah. If you support underneath his good arm, he would let out a quiet sigh, yes.
I was just going to present that he hasn't felt the touch of another person for 1,600 years, and I imagine that would be pretty emotional. But
Yeah.
It seemed like you were going in that direction, so that's why I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I probably would have gone in for like hug to support.
Yeah. As soon as he feels your arms embrace him, you would see all of you that are looking in his direction that absolutely his eyes begin to well with tears.
You died, my dear. This was not a moment I could have ever expected to have happened. And you are the last vestige that I know of your mother.
You were the family I never thought I would get the chance to meet.
Then let me make you proud. As a father should.
Squeeze a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of wraps his arm around like your neck and just kind of like pulls you into his chest, like your head.
Thank you all for delivering to me safely the heir of Auglatha.
Yeah, I would say that he would kind of hobble down the steps towards and be on equal footing with all of you. You would see that he's tall, slender, like definitively still well built and toned, obviously fitting into the form of the armor around him. And you would see that at his waist, held into a long scabbard, would be clearly a long sword. That would he has currently an empty scabbard on his left side for him to draw with his right hand, and he now has a subsequently attached higher belt for one on his left side. And he stands before all of you, and he just simply looks and takes a moment of pause, and then looks towards Laverna, who just looks out at all of you. Just, are you satisfied?
Did he cry?
Oh yeah, he cries.
Did it happen?
Did
No.
it happen?
Did he cry?
No.
I don't want to be the one to do this.
He would simply look out at Laverna, and Laverna would say, are you satisfied?
No. I don't think I'll ever be satisfied.
Such is life, my dear. But we had an agreement.
I would take a couple steps in front of him, but still stand like protectively in front of him.
Yeah, he would kind of steady himself on his own 2 feet.
I'll walk up and give him a little like sip of my hidden stash of whiskey.
He's got an empty stomach. You're gonna make him drunk.
And him some beef jerky as well.
I do not drink alcohols.
No, I got water too.
You.
Laverna, you said that your
The water's also got jerky in it. It's good.
I'm sure it'll eventually. I think he gets
Damn. It's hot dog water.
What if Laverna kills him?
You
We don't have
told
leader.
me that you wanted to fight. You wanted to seek vengeance from my father.
Yes.
Why? Because you cared for my mother?
Because your father failed the city and failed her. In a magnitude that deserves my greatest wrath.
But you heard the story he told. It was not a single thing that led to this. It was a culmination of decisions that were made that led to this unfortunate circumstance.
And you're so forgiving of his shortcomings. So accepting of them.
Let's we not forget the queens always twisting the knife on the situation as well. Things with people like Panacea in their ear.
You simply accept that he failed.
Is he the only one who failed?
Yes.
Did you complete the ritual?
I did all that I could to do so, and left it in the hands of others.
Just like he did.
So you were waiting like he was?
No. He failed me.
Or did you fail him?
No. I gave him all that he needed to do this. And this heartless bastard couldn't give a single fucking tear for her. And so I drove her to the courtyard. And still, unyielding.
You were the one that drove my mother to death.
It's what's needed to cure this place.
Can we kill her now?
Yeah, genuinely, my nails come out. I'm ready to fucking fight.
It's gonna happen, Paul. We're almost there, buddy. Create a first level spell slot!
Was it to save this place? Or to open a door? Because I know Laverna wanted to save this place. Does someone else want to open the door?
Why would I open a door, Forrest? Where can't I go? Where can't I go?
It's not where you can't go, it's who can't come with you.
You think you know so much when you know so little.
We're here to finish the job that you couldn't complete.
I believe the things that I see. I listen and I see with my eyes. And I know from experience the ways you have let me down time and time again.
You're so quick to punish him for what you perceive as a failure, but I'm sure someone in your life has perceived you as a failure, and yet here you stand before us alive.
I have failed no one.
You've never failed?
Not that I've never failed, but in this matter, I failed no one.
Except
I
my mother.
alone found it.
Except my mother, who trusted you, who had faith in you, and you led her to a gallows, a literal gallows. Or the time that you promised me protection for my friend who's with child and you let her out like a pawn. Or the time, there's countless times that I can't count them because they are countless.
Why did she die? Why did Fariel die? She wasn't supposed to die.
Because she needed a tear.
But she was trying to make the king cry.
How sad and tragic.
Only for you, really. Surely you set out in life with good intentions. Surely you did not do what you did.
I have sown only good.
Driving a woman to suicide is doing good.
No.
So then you couldn't have done only good.
Think of the suffering of this kingdom.
Think of the suffering of your friend.
She was my friend no longer.
I storm up to her.
Hmm?
Was I even a child you cared about, or was I a means to an end?
You're another wretch in the fire.
I cast Crimson Claw and smack her across the fucking face.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make your attack roll.
Fuck! Damn it.
Come on.
I know. 13.
Yeah, I would say that you reach up impulsively and you slap and you absolutely made contact with her face for but a moment. And then your hand phases through to the opposite side as you move through with inertia. And she simply laughs in your face.
I growl at her, coward.
You fear so much more. You have her eyes, and I'm going to rip them the fuck out right in front of your blessed father. I'm going to say that she's going to absolutely reach for your throat.
Go for it. Let's fucking go.
Why would you say that?
I'm fucking ready. I've been wanting to beat this lady's ass for a minute.
There are times when the dice speak volumes.
20, I'm gonna get wrecked.
No. It is the opposite. Because I think genuinely, again, to pull back the curtain, you guys are absolutely interacting with the scene in the correct way. There is a moment
So
where...
there is a right way.
There is a moment where you see a sudden movement of her elbow as her arm just lunges up. Sorry, you're actually significantly shorter, like lunges downward at you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the last second, it pauses a few inches from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you would see at the edges of her face, tears begin to weep down and immediately sizzle along the edges of her face as her flesh tears apart. Please run. We're going down there.
Say the thing, Dom.
Well.
Oh, fuck.
Did you get your heartbreak? Is this what you wanted? Is this the drama you wanted?
It's finally happened.
Is this the plot that you were looking for?
Yeah. Feeling kind of sad. Feeling kind of mad.
I'm gonna dissociate for a full week.
Are we here again?
Oh, it's Monday already?
Paul, I'm gonna need your quarterly projections on my desk. Kill. I'll leave you alone then.
Thank you all very much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're new here, make sure you follow us so you can find us again. We'll be live next at 6:30 on Friday for the Lost Kings Fedoris, and then here once again on Monday, same time, 6:30 p.m., picking up where we've left off here.
It's fine.
With
We're so chill.
Laverna
Same rat
breaking
channel.
through and saving
Save me!
Rat channel for rat.
Ariel.
It's fine.
Good night, friends.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh.